It's Monday, episode 422 of the Rise and Grind podcast. I'm Roderick.
I'm Jakari. We back in the building, baby.
We back, man. How you feeling on this marvelous Monday?
Feeling great, man. New month, June 1st.
Absolutely.
Great. How you feeling?
I feel good. I'm not gonna lie. I think May was a pretty good month. We got stuff to talk, and I'm sure we'll talk that like once we technically Sunday, but jump into the actual month, see each other again for probably another pod, another pre-production, another like talk, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel good. I feel amped up, ramped up going into June. I'm gonna have a whole lot of time on my hands. I'm gonna be doing a lot of relaxing, a lot of brainstorming, a lot of golfing this month. This is gonna be my golf month, man. But yeah, I feel good. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel good as well. May was a productive month. 100%, 31 days. I feel like I took advantage of each day. Got a lot of things aligned personally, business-wise, work-wise, just looking toward the future. But this next month, June, is going to be the busiest month of the year for me. So, like, also looking forward to that and really just taking it day by day. But overall, personally, bro, I feel good. Like I said, May was a really great month for me. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. How was your weekend?
Weekend was nice, man. So we ended off the pod, last Wednesday, obviously Thursday pod. Thursday just had work, normal day, but Thursday night, shout out to Hoppy. He hit me early in the week, maybe like Monday, Tuesday, and was like, hey, bro, I got some extra tickets to the Wings game Thursday night if you want to slide. So I was like, yeah, sure. Hit my lady. She had to work, but we was like, shit, just whenever you get off of work, we'll slide through. The game started, I believe, at like 7 Thursday night. She got off like 6:37, so we didn't show up to about halftime, but it's right up the street, 15 minutes right up the street. So, but it was a really good game, a really good night. It was a lot of people there, obviously, because they were playing the Aces. Asia Wilson was in town.
Yeah. I love Asia Wilson.
And so I'm sure a lot of people know, but Asia is an AKA, right? So when we get to the game, it's a slew of AKA women. And I'm looking around. I'm like, bro, is it AKA night? Like, what the hell is going on? We didn't really put the dots together.
You felt like you should have known. Had it been AKA now, you thought you would have known?
It's not even that. It's just like, I'm just trying to wonder, like, what's going on? Because, like, bro, it was just so many of them. They all got the shirts on. Like, every corner you turned, every section you looked, all you saw was pink and green. Okay. And I just couldn't put the pieces together until after the game. My lady looked it up, and she was like, Asia, AKA. I was like, damn, yeah, I knew that, just forgot. I was just confused. I'm like, nigga, is it Greek night? Like, is it AKA night? Is the convention in town? Okay. I'm like, what the hell is going on? But the game was great. The Wings ended up winning, beating the champ. So that was just live, bro. But the atmosphere in there, obviously they play at UTA, so it's a small setting, small court, so it was fire. But this is my first time being there in 2 years, and now that the team is better, we got more stars. The environment is just live. You know what I mean? So like, it was good to be there again and just, experiencing the team now, seeing Paige, seeing all the stars that we got now. It was just a cool night. So
before you move on from the game, I do want to get like a little jokey joke.
Can I finish my story?
Go ahead. I just wanted to let you know before you move from there.
So Friday, I'm trying to think. I think I just worked. Yeah. Friday, I didn't do nothing. But Saturday morning, I woke up and had a graduation to go to.
Okay. High school?
Yeah, high school graduation, but it was a little different. I'll explain why. So just a little context. This is my dad's coworker. Really hate to call him like long-time coworker. It's really more like an uncle. Like he always been there for us, always supported me when I was coming up, went to all my graduation and stuff like that. But his grandson graduated from high school, class 2026. And so he sent us the invite earlier in the week. And not paying any attention to it, you get the details, whatever. You're just thinking it's a normal high school graduation, right? Just like any other graduation would be. But when we show up to the location, it's a church. And so I'm already like kind of confused, right? So once we get inside, we're inside of a church. And I start asking questions. I start finding out the details, trying to see like,
I'm trying to be respectful and not laugh
right? Yeah, like, because I'm like, this is odd. This is different. So what ended up happening or ended up what this was, it was only 27 kids, right? Which is another thing, coming from where we came from, we had like 600 in our class.
There was like 630 kids in our graduating class.
So I'm already just confused, but what ended up happening, I think this was more of just all of the kids who were a part of the church.
Okay.
And so they all went to different schools, and the church just sort of had like their own type of graduation for the kids.
Wait, say that all over again.
Yeah. So
say everything you just said.
27 kids, right? Nobody goes to the same school. So the church basically, I think, just put on like a graduation for the kids and families that are a part of the church. You feel what I'm saying? So let me explain how it all went. We get there. Me and my mom, dad sit down. We see the family, right? So we're sitting in the back. Family is to the left and right. And basically what this is a graduation put on for the church for the graduating senior class. And they're basically having just like a ceremony where all the kids are going to walk the stage, right? Parents get up there. They each get their name called, individual pictures, and they have like a slideshow for each one of them showing, maybe 5 to 10 pictures, 30 to 45 seconds. They get to pick a song. They walk across the stage. So this is not their official high school graduation, is what I come to find out.
Okay.
Again, it's just, I think the church just put on the graduation.
They had caps and gowns on?
They had all the caps and gowns on, all different colors. So
they handed them diplomas?
No, they brought their own diplomas. So you see what I mean? Like, I was just so confused. I thought I was just going to, a regular graduation. But I wasn't tripping on it because I didn't want to be there all day Saturday. You know what I mean? It started at like 10:30, and I think we were done by before noon. And, I wasn't tripping on that. But coming from where we come from, again, I'm thinking this graduation is going to be hours.
3-4 hours,
I'm
man.
like, shit, I'm going to be here all day. But besides that, it was all good. Graduation ended around like noon, like I said. Went back to my parents' crib because we were on their side of town and just chilled there, relaxed with them for a little bit. They ended up doubling back with the family to have like a little graduation dinner.
Okay.
I ended up doing my own thing. I didn't want to, do the dinner. I went to the store, back to BJ's, got some more things for the crib.
Stop.
Went back home. Nigga, let me finish my story. Save your jokes.
No, it wasn't a joke. Go ahead. No,
what's your question?
Was there a real, did he have another actual graduation and graduation? Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think we were going to that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, this was just something I think the church put on.
Okay.
But I'm sure that the students and the kids had their own graduation at their school or wherever they may have been because, again, they brought their own diplomas.
Okay.
To the graduation.
It's just when you said graduation dinner, I was thinking okay, this is probably the second time he's doing this.
Nah, I think they probably just did one. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, so my day, again, just went to the store. I went back to BJ's, right? Like I said, BJ Wholesales. Got another soundboard just because I'm like, bro, I just got to get another one for when I get everything set up. Still trying to figure out what I want to do with the crib and everything. So just getting a lot of things and just setting them to the side before I start really putting it all together as far as bringing my vision to life. So did that, came back home, spent some more time with my lady. We ended up taking some pictures and shit. I got some projects that I'm working on, obviously. So went and took some pictures, did that Saturday. And then Saturday night, which I'm going to save, but watch Game 7, Western Conference Finals, obviously, right? So that's how I spent the rest of my night on Saturday. Sunday, woke up, just did some chores, got some things, picked up around the crib, got some things in line for the pod. And now we here doing episode 422, you feel me? Okay. So, yeah, man, a busy weekend. Like I said, that's why I felt like was great. It ended on a high note, and going into the next month, just a lot of things going on this month that we've been talking about, obviously, just babies and graduations and birthdays, and I got, rodeos and all type of things that I'm just doing this month. So it's
going to rodeo this month?
I'm going to a rodeo this month.
Okay, is this in the city?
Yeah, so Juneteenth, Black Rodeo.
Okay. In
Fort Worth. So yeah, I'm definitely me and the lady gonna hit that. But yeah, just a lot going on this month, bro. Just a lot going on. But looking forward to it. And like I said, just happy to be into a new month, man. But yeah, enough for me. Tell me about your weekend. Go back to your joke that you said that you had about Asia, if you remember.
No, I did have a joke. I don't think it was about Asia. I think maybe it was. I can't remember. If I remember it, I'll go back. But no, if I remember it, I'll go back. No, the weekend was cool. Thursday, work. Friday, work. And at this point, there's nobody on the campus except for me. So, except for me and maybe a couple other staff members. There's no students. Teachers are gone at this point. So, it's really quiet. I haven't even started my actual work. I could be in there doing productive things, but with my district, they have you actually schedule dates to do inventory, and there's nobody there. It's really just you doing it yourself. But I scheduled all of that for June the 1st through the 5th. So I'm taking all of that on today and the rest of the week. So this last week, everybody has really just been sliding out of the building early as fuck, not telling anybody. So like you'll just look up and like everybody was in there gone. So I left around 1:30ish Friday, just enjoyed the rest of my day. I can't even think about what went on that evening. Probably just relaxed at the crib. Saturday and Sunday was like a project day for me, and something I've been meaning to do. I've gotten bad, not like hoarding, because I don't want people to think I'm a fucking hoarder. That's crazy. But I've always had a trash bin, but because of the city or however it's set up over where my house is, it's not like this city. You don't have a trash bin and a recycling bin. And I had never just gone over to Home Depot or Lowe's and got a recycling bin. So I've had a lot of boxes in my garage, like whether they're broken down or boxes still, just kind of like stack. So I've been in my garage all weekend, really just cleaning it up. To be completely honest, I got my car that's like outside my crib. I got another car that's inside my garage. Like all of these are things that I'm about to sell both of those cars. Just, go toward like my whip, putting a new whip in my garage sometime this month. Hopefully before the middle or end of this month, but for sure by the end of June.
Sheesh.
But yeah, just trying to clear space. I cleaned like a whole half of my garage over this weekend. And what I was telling like my girl while like she was helping me out is like, all right, the side we cleaned was like the dirty side, like the boxes. Maybe there was like stuff on the floor, like just stuff to sweep up maybe. The other side is what I consider more like junky. Like this is a couch you may not need. This is a mattress or two that's over there. So like all of that stuff is going to go out next week. So, and we do a bulk trash twice a week. So you can put your bulk trash out. Like not only do we have trash Monday and Thursday, we used to only have it here, I think Thursday. But we have it twice a week, and they do bulk trash every trash day. So you can sit 5 couches out there every trash day, and they're gonna come pick it up. So by the end of next week, I'm just getting everything cleared out. I think I'm gonna do half a side, kind of organized, almost like a cave type of space, and the other half is gonna be for a vehicle in, a vehicle out. So
yeah, that's beneficial to have the bulk trash multiple times.
A week like of that, course.
Because in my city, it's just once a month.
Yeah, it's once a month bulk trash here. But yeah, you can sit your shit out. You can sit 20 bags of trash out, and they're coming to get it every time.
That's low key lit.
But yeah, just getting that cleared out. And I had Shorty's daughter and a cousin of hers with me. And the cousin's always with us. But like these new age kids, see, I'm going to do my job of keeping the old school stuff alive, because in my eyes, yes, time moves forward and there are new generations, but not only did the old generation raise us, it raised us well. It kept us.
Facts.
And we were raised to be like sound-minded adults.
Facts.
So all of the coming over to my crib, eating the food in my pantry. See, this is how old I am now. Like, I'm hearing doors and shit open to my pantry when I'm laying in the bed. Like, I feel money leaving my pocket. Like, I spazzed last week because, like, last Friday, my girl went to the store. Mm-hmm. She got all new groceries. And I'm on my new, like, workout journey. And my new thing is I'm mixing a cup of the milk with the Nesquik. I'm mixing the Nesquik with some chocolate, like peanut butter, protein powder, and I'm throwing the creatine in there. I'm not even doing ice. I'm throwing that straight in the blender for like a muscle milk type of thing. We got the groceries Friday night. I come in Saturday. there's no milk in the crib. There was milk ordered on Friday. There's no milk. Bro, I look at my sink. It's all kind of cereal bowls and shit. Like
cereal, David.
So niggas are running around my crib eating shit. Yeah. They ain't got no jobs. These niggas ain't got no jobs. I'm hearing lights flicker on and off. Like I'm hearing niggas ask for my Wi-Fi password. Like, and when I get up and I realize I'm about to start cleaning this garage by myself or just me and my girl, and then I see these two like in here. No, you get your ass up, buddy.
Say, you better put your cleaning shoes on.
Yeah. Like her little cousin was on some like no shit. And yeah, in my head is you can call your mother and she can come pick you up. How about that? Or you can get your ass in the garage.
Right. What the hell?
Yeah. And bro, we grew up in a different generation. Like the no crying, like whining shit. Bro, it's 25, 30 minutes. Can we go inside and take a break? Hell no. Like, you remember the times growing up, like, your dad needed you to do yard work outside?
Of course.
No, fucking go. You're not about to go inside till this shit's done.
Yeah, and you didn't have a choice.
You had no choice. Yeah. And I can remember when my dad was done, he would go the fuck inside. Now I got to clean everything up by myself. Like, hell no, you're not going. We're thirsty. Shut the fuck up.
Or this is traumatizing for me. So, like, you would think you'll be done. But like you said, Pops might have some more extra shit that he doing, and you necessarily can't go in until he ready to go.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's crazy. How old is the cousin?
11. You get your ass up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
11?
You don't have a choice.
Yeah, like it's nothing but iPad scrolling and shit when I walk around. Like, and I do the good like role model shit. Like I'm the one on the weekends you would like to come to my house. We're gonna be at CC's. Right, we're gonna be at the Urban Air. We're gonna be at the mall. We're gonna be at all these other places. Yeah. And if we not, you're at least not gonna be in the crib like at home all the time.
Right.
So yeah, I don't even feel bad telling you to get your ass up. Like
you shouldn't.
Get your ass up.
Yeah.
So yeah, they'll be moving beds and shit next week. Yeah, and I don't know, that just reminded me when you said like, yeah, there might be things with Pops that you didn't even think about. Like Pops you might have been cleaning the garage, you might have had to clean both car or wash both cars out front, and he about to go inside, and that nigga might look at you and be like, there's leaves all over the yard. Nigga, I'm supposed to do all I gotta rake the leaves now?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, service. That's the moral of this. Like, yeah, we having fun, but like, I want to make sure y'all know, like, sometimes you're going to have to do things you don't want to do. And for me, at a grown age, like, that's 9 to 5 work from time to time. Like, you might not want to get up. There might be times you wake up and you want to call that day in.
Right.
But sometimes you just have to. Right. And me right now, I'm the have to for you. Yep. So, like, you have to do this.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's important, bro. And then that's why I asked about the age, because, you know, they may or may not remember this, but as you get older, like, I mean, I always, you know, whether it's Pops or just other family members, aunts, uncles, cousins, whoever it may be, like, there's so many moments I think back on my life where I'm like, I'm so glad that y'all made me do that, because it's still carrying over in my adult life. Like you just mentioned, whether it be doing things you don't want to do, or whether it be discipline, whether it be service, whatever, like, these moments are great. I'm glad that you on their ass like that.
For sure.
They get out here, you know, 18, the real world, and they never been challenged. They never had to do nothing hard. They never been told no, you know. So like, it's all these things where as children, again, we don't know yet. You know, our brain ain't developed to understand that yet. But once you hit adulthood, it's like, nah, them childhood lessons, them childhood memories have shaped your entire life.
Yep. And I told them, like, and I don't want y'all to think they didn't get a break or water breaks and shit like that. Of course they did. But like, I was even telling them, because I told them like there might be something after, and it ended up being like snow cones type shit.
Nice.
And they knew what they were looking forward to before. And I'm even telling them, they were like, yo, it's hot now. Like, why don't we just go get them now, and then we'll do the work, and then we'll just chill after. And I'm telling them as an adult, not only, hell no, we're not doing that. Number two, and we've said this even about sitting in here, like, when you get everything the fuck done and you sweat for it and you worked hard, when we go get these fucking snow cones, that shit gonna taste way better than it was gonna taste before we did. Like, you worked hard for that shit. Even if it's just that glass of water during your break, you be feeling like you worked hard for that shit. That shit tastes better than just going in the kitchen and grabbing a glass of water.
Facts, bro.
You know, like, service. Like, we teaching service.
Facts.
So yeah, this weekend I was all in the garage. We got a whole half cleaned up. We got some furniture to move. And the good thing, Cari, and I hope my sister is not listening to this podcast right now. My oldest sister was born in 88. So she was a product of the late 80s and the entire 90s. I just found about 75 fully intact cassette tapes from that era. Like, I'm seeing all kinds of mics. I'm seeing Joe. I'm seeing like the Love is a Battlefield, Pat Benatar. Like, I'm seeing a lot of shit.
That's so fire.
Yeah. And the other thing that I knew was in there, I told you, my uncle was just like a crazy collector. And I already had the Playboys out. He's got old school vinyls, like Ohio Players type, like Cari. Like, I got to go through all of it. He got that shit, like that 70s black shit.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like, and I hope nobody knows where I live, because at this point I'm a lick.
I'm a lick. It's crazy.
He's probably got about 500 Marvel comic books that date back to like 68.
God, it's so crazy you saying that, because I've been looking at some shit like that recently. That's insane.
Don't I hope he not listening to this pod, but like, yo, tap in, like, if you need decor, because like, I mean, if he was ever like, oh, this one, like, I'm gonna just have to grab that bag from you. But yeah, no, like, hey, tap in, because Cari just hundreds. I have anything.
Are you gonna use them?
Maybe a few is decor, but like, yeah, like, if you need some decor, like, I have decor over there. I hope he doesn't hear this and be like, yo, give me my shit. But like,
obviously he ain't worried about it, nigga.
Yeah. Like, and also he knows with me the stuff is in good, like, it's in good shape. Like, it's in good hands. I'm not about to be frivolous. You're never gonna have to worry about me like doing anything with your stuff.
Of course.
But yeah, like,
damn,
hundreds. Like, as much ammo as I have to use as decor for the Playboys, I have about twice as much for the comic books.
No, man, definitely, like you just said. I mean, I know this goes without saying, but hold on to those things, man. Like,
oh, for sure.
Like, truly, bro. Like, not even because it can be worth something XYZ. Like, yes, we get that, but like, just for, you know, the feeling of family-owned things.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's just fire to have that. So yeah, that's amazing, bro.
Yeah, but the most important for me right now is going in the garage and grabbing those cassette. No, the cassette. The vinyls too. The vinyls too. But like, I saw Dangerous by Mike on that cassette.
Damn.
And I was like, oh shit. Like, it just looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. Yeah, and they just inbox. I had the comics I knew were there, the vinyls I knew were there, but it didn't dawn on me, of course, with the vinyls to go through them. It is now. But that cassette, I had no idea those cassette tapes were there. They look amazing.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
You never know what you find in there.
Yeah. That's dope.
But yeah, that was pretty much how my weekend was consumed. I did also enjoy watching Game 7. We're definitely going to talk about that because it didn't go how I thought it was going to go.
Really? Okay.
But before, just one question. Was it like one of the greatest of all time like we talked about?
I wouldn't say greatest of all time, but it was a hell of a game.
Okay, yeah.
It was a great game, for sure.
Sending in the OT would have been greatest of all time, but
possibly. But I think Game 1 and Game 7 were the best games of the series.
I think Game 1 was undeniably the best one of the series. For
sure.
But yeah, this was one of the ones.
Game 7 was a great game. Yeah,
we'll talk about that one in just a bit.
Yep.
But man, for a second, I feel like I had something hilarious or in pre-production for an intro.
Mm-hmm. I do want to say one more thing, just going back while you think about the graduation.
Yeah.
I was sitting there. Again, this is Saturday, May 30th, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you remember, we graduated high school May 30th,
we did.
2015.
We did.
So as I'm sitting there and I'm watching the parents, I'm watching the children, there was like I think some leader of the church who knew all the kids, right? She opened up and gave a speech. there were some kids that came out and sang a song. And I just started to realize, like, in those moments, bro, moments like that, I get so damn soft, nigga. Like, oh my God. You know, just put it into perspective, like, these kids are, one, graduating high school, knowing how truly important and how much hard work goes into that. Not just the students, like having to show up and go to school, right, for 18 years, but like the parents and the village and everything that it takes to get a kid to walk across that stage. And then just knowing that, hey, they're about to embark on the journey and starting their lives, bro. Like, I get soft in those moments.
I do too. A true new chapter. Yeah. And something that I didn't take at face value or in its full value when we were in school, that I wish I would have, just because I'm in that education space now. And since 2023, I've gone to every single graduation for the school. And even at this point, like, I'm a part of the graduations. Every single graduation has a salutatorian speech, has a valedictorian speech, and they have a keynote speaker. And I think what you were just talking about was probably the keynote speaker. And every single year, I do second what you talk about, getting soft and emotional in those moments, because at that age, we were thinking about, like, hey, we're about to move on. But now, sitting here at almost 30, you realize how much and how pivotal that part in your life is right there. Like, your step, like your true, you were already a baby that went from crawling to walking, but that's really you going from walking to running right there, graduating high school. You taking the first really big leap in your life. Yep. And the keynote speaker, at least every year that I've been at the graduation for our school, has had an incredible speech about going into the next chapter in your life, things to look out for, what to be worried about, what to not worry about, what to not take too seriously, the things to actually take seriously. Yep. Oh, the places you will go, like on some Dr. Seuss shit, for real, which is why a lot of people get that book for graduation. Thanks. But I wish I would have paid attention not only to our salutatorian, our valedictorian, but mostly the keynote speaker, because I wish I knew what that person said in the speech that they gave back then. Even if I didn't take it to heart back then, I just wish I could remember it so I could hear how important it would have been for our future. Yeah, I didn't give a damn back then, but I wish I would have. I was probably on my phone talking to y'all.
For sure. And we had so many, you know, that graduate in our class again, like we mentioned. So, like, by the time you get to your name, especially you with your last name, you at the end, you've been sitting in the back. You've been sitting there for a long ass time. You probably was just ready and, you know, just get the day over with. But I second what you said, though, just, you know, wishing in that moment I was more present, you know, because, yeah, I mean, I don't remember anything from our graduation outside of just at the end when we link up with the homies and I see my family and I go out to eat. Like, I remember all of that. But the graduation itself, I really can't remember too much from it. But yeah, again, I was just, you know, sitting there, and the keynote speaker, like you mentioned, did give a great speech. She started crying. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, I can't right now. Like, stop this shit, you know? And then, like I said, with these kids, they all had their own moment, got to pick a song that related to their life and their journey. And then they had a slideshow of pictures from birth, you know, their high moments in high school all the way up.
We did that too,
their years, you know. So I'm like, bruh, and like mom and dad, grandma, whoever was there, get up there and, you know, people crying. I'm like, nigga, I can't do this shit right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was just a great day. And then again, with that day being the same day that we graduated, I was just like, God, like, what you doing right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this a moment for me?
I feel that way every single year at graduation. And you got to think about, at this point, I've had an emotional attachment to these kids for 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years. And watching them walk the stage is not only an emotional part, because, I mean, the education point, and even the same way, just like family, you feel like you helped them get across that line.
Mm-hmm. You part of their village.
You're not going to see them anymore. And on the keynote speaker part, you really worried and hope that they take and heed everything that they're saying, because you are worried about them going into that next chapter. Right. So
for sure.
Yeah, I'm getting emotional now. Jesus Christ, man. Like, I be thinking about the kids graduating And like, I just want them to make the right decisions.
Thanks, bro.
And that's all the keynote speaker and the salutatorian and valedictorian are saying. But like, watching them, they're like babies. So it's like, man, you just pray they make the right choices, because we know now, but they don't know right there that one wrong move at that age could take you down a totally different path.
Yeah, bro. And again, just another thing that I was thinking about in that moment, I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, what you just said at 18, I'm like, every decision that I've made, obviously my entire life, but since 18 for sure, fast forward 10, 11 years later, I'm like, every decision I made in the last 10, 11 years is the reason why I'm sitting in this seat right now watching y'all walk across the stage. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, sorry to be deep, Pod, but that shit was like weighing on me, bro. I was like, Jesus, man, like life is just precious, you know, and like we take moments like that for granted. But in that moment, again, I was very present, bro. I'm sitting next to my people, and I really was taking it in, like, damn, like this is crazy. And just what you said about these 18, 17, 18, 19-year-olds, like, y'all don't even know, you know what I'm saying? Like one wrong move, one wrong step, and it could be completely different for you, man. But yeah.
And your parents tell you this, and I've had to experience the bad side of it, even as a staff member at the school. We've had kids that haven't gone 12 months past graduation and they pass. Yeah. But that is one thing that outside of the keynote speakers and the student speakers that I did do, because my parents were really good about certain shit like, hey, this is your last year. On graduation, you need to go in there. You need to get a good look. You need to shake hands with everybody you feel is important. You need to take the pictures, take a good look around. Mm-hmm. The next time a group of you guys are going to be in the building, some of you guys are going to be missing from the scene. Some of you guys won't show up. Some of you guys have moved out of state. Some of you guys have moved out of country. Some of you guys are in jail. Some of you guys have passed away. Yeah. And they were very blunt with me about that back then. So that part did hit the pit of my stomach even when I was 17. Like, oh shit, I hope I hold on to all my partners, and everybody here type shit. And of course, life goes the way it goes, and everything that they talked about and our parents warned us about, we've experienced since then. So that part I did hold on to. But I wish I listened to those speakers. Like, I feel like Kanye, like when he talked about like the college dropout series, like sitting in graduation, like not listen, like the intro of graduation, not listening to the valedictorian. Yeah. Oh man, I wish I would have listened. Oh well. Yep. But yeah, good. That was a good point.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Yeah, and just side note, oh shit, like if I were to be where I'm at now for my next school year, it's gonna be the worst graduation I've had. I haven't cried at any of the graduations, but number one, whether I'm at that organization or not, come May, I'm gonna be at that graduation. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ, that's gonna be a tough graduation. Tough.
Yeah.
But let's move on. Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Sorry, my fault.
No, I'm saying for me, like the emotions.
Yeah, that's a tearjerker.
The conversation was great. I'm just saying, like, yeah, we're gonna be in this bitch sitting here crying with each other in
my
2 more minutes, and we don't stop.
Yeah, and we ain't even graduate. We ain't even graduating. The fuck? We're way past that shit. Oh man.
That was great though, bro. Yeah, I'm glad we got that off our chest for sure.
Yeah, let's go into the Rise and Grind podcast. Let's get into the music. We got songs to talk. We got albums to talk. We got a lot more. Let's start with the tracks. Yeah. Cari, we are on the heels of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Yeah.
And of course, we already know that we've got Future to look forward to as one of the performers. I think is he performing in California or is he performing here?
I have no idea.
Because they're moving around in different parts, right?
I don't know where they're starting, if they start at one place first or if they all start same day, different locations. There's so much going on with that. I don't even know.
Is this a bad time to tell people we don't watch soccer like that?
No.
Okay. We don't watch soccer like that.
We don't watch football like that, guys.
Yeah. And like, I hate to keep bringing up the school. Like, that's a cardinal sin at my school.
I bet, bro, because that sport is the number one sport. Like, in the world, right?
Yeah.
Not America. I'm saying the world, and knowing the
demographic at our school.
Demographic of your school, it makes 100% sense.
Oh my gosh. Like not watching and playing soccer. I thought I was cool, like, because I played basketball, was the coach.
Nah.
I was like, man, we don't give a fuck about that.
Fuck that, Mr. Taylor.
Yeah, like, we don't give a fuck about that shit. There are 2 to 3 times as many students that show up for soccer tryouts than show up at the basketball tryouts.
I believe it.
And that's such a shock for us because I remember in middle school for us, they had to beg for a soccer team.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't even have one. That's not even a thought in my school.
Yeah, I remember because even when we got, like freshman year, I know what you're saying, because when we finally got a soccer team, if you remember, there was a teacher.
Shout out Mr. Jerome.
Mr. Jerome.
Yeah, Mr. Jerome was a motherfucking champion, man. Like,
there was a teacher who ended up having to be the coach.
Yes.
Because we didn't have a coach.
Yes, and he wanted those boys, and that's
Shout out Mr. Jerome,
that's almost
nigga.
a situation like me.
Yeah.
You don't want to see those boys go without doing what makes them happy and what makes them tick and be able to go to school. And like, there's some kids that don't want to get any fucking work done, and the only way you'll get them to do some shit is if you put some pressure on them. Hey, you can't play if you blah, blah, blah. Or we ain't no soccer if you do this, that, and the Mr. Jerome understood that shit.
He's a real nigga,
Took
bro.
the job on. Like, he wasn't a coach.
Nah.
But he coached them for sure.
Coached him, and then like he would like live stream the game.
Yep.
We could go to his classroom. You could watch the game. I remember all that shit, bro. Yeah, Mr. Jerome was a real one for that.
Mr. Jerome was fucking amazing. I had Mr. Jerome in class. I didn't play soccer, but I knew what he did for those guys. I fucking loved Mr. Jerome.
Yep.
But yeah, stuff like that.
Right.
Sorry, I'm losing train of thought. Where was I at?
We were talking about the World Cup and just how, we're not really one of those who watch soccer too much.
Yes. But we understand that you guys love soccer.
Absolutely. And we understand how big the World Cup is.
Ooh, Messi, Mbappe.
You are idiot.
Mbappe in his bitch.
Cristiano.
Yeah, who's better?
You're an idiot.
Yeah, man.
Idiot. But no, real shit, before we dive into what we have here to talk about, and again, this is just me overhearing conversations. I don't know how true this is because, again, we don't follow it too much. But I think if everything goes right, if the cards align right, and everybody wins the matches or rounds or whatever that they're supposed to, I think somewhere in the quarterfinals or something that you could see a matchup between Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi.
Wait. Nigga, Cristiano Ronaldo is still playing soccer?
Yeah, what you mean, nigga? This is what a country.
I get that. I don't watch soccer.
Yeah.
And I remember Cristiano Ronaldo being the GOAT
when we was in elementary.
when we were in the 6th grade.
Yeah, bro.
Cari, that's 11 years old. You're 29.
Yeah, but with soccer, you can play for a long time.
Can you?
You can.
Nigga, I can't even pin drop anymore. I jerked for 3 years.
You ain't Cristiano Ronaldo.
You right.
Fuck nigga.
You right. Yeah, I was
but no, the point, I'm glad you brought that up though, because I think if this matchup ends up happening, this is probably the last time that you see them go head to head like this. But again, who knows with soccer, these niggas can play forever. But I mean, you are correct. Like Cristiano Ronaldo, 5th, 6th grade was the talk of the town. Him and Wayne, you remember all the shit him and Wayne was doing?
Absolutely. That nigga couldn't even speak Spanish. Couldn't even speak. Yeah, Wayne couldn't speak Spanish.
Right.
Cristiano Ronaldo couldn't speak English. Yeah, these niggas are side by side in a hotel room. Like,
best friends. Like, what?
But yeah, I have a lot of soccer fans at the school. And the thing is, growing up, we knew nothing but Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, Messi is the big thing here.
Right.
And I can't really gauge, but from what I have been told and from what I know, not only from students, but like our soccer coach there, it's not even close from what I've heard. Like they said Messi is.
Have you ever watched Messi, bro?
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Messi is like, everything they're telling you, they're 100% right about. Like that nigga is different. Like it's the way I can try to explain the difference between the two. Like Cristiano Ronaldo is great athlete, right? But like you can tell he put in a lot of work his entire life to become the great athlete that he is. Right?
Oh, this shit effortless for Messi.
With Messi, it's just natural.
I knew where you was going.
It's just fucking natural.
I was
bro.
like, oh, this shit look easy to him.
Oh my God, like he's special, bro.
What I was told by the soccer coach is that nobody that watched Cristiano Ronaldo play is wrong for thinking what they're thinking, especially if they come from like an older generation.
Yeah.
Because when he was playing, it was something like you had never ever seen in your entire life before.
Exactly.
But what they were explaining to me is it's not like Michael, Kobe, LeBron, where each of them you see an elevation, but you see some other things that you've never seen before. They, like he was saying, like with Messi, it's not even just like some tweaks plus some things you've never seen before. Everything this nigga's doing, you never seen before.
He's one of a kind.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, and if somebody asked me, when the kids asked me not growing up, when I first started there, I would always be like, oh, Ronaldo, that's the only player I've ever seen play. Like when we played, when niggas was kicking the ball into the goal, like they screaming Ronaldo. We didn't have a Messi.
Right.
But I didn't know. And when they're saying this, I'm like, oh, like he's like that.
Yep.
So, okay.
Yep. Everything they telling you is right, bro. He's different.
I be saying names I know. I'm like, David Beckham. They're like, yo, shut up. Like,
Beckham is crazy.
No, like, yo, shut up. Like
these niggas talking about Messi and you bring David Beckham into the conversation, boy.
Yeah.
Hell no.
I've been told not to mention American players.
Yeah, don't, bro.
FC Dallas?
Nah,
No.
fuck no.
There's never gonna be a great that plays FC Dallas.
Comparing that to Messi is crazy. I know you're just joking, but I'm just thinking like if a nigga was for real about that.
Yeah, that there's a player on FC Dallas that's better than Messi, or that even David Beckham.
Yeah, like
my fault. My fault that David Beckham got a TV show and he the only nigga I know. Like,
but shout out to David Beckham because he's one of the ones that was a part of getting Messi over here in Miami.
Oh, you're right.
Where he currently is now at Inter Miami. So like,
and doesn't Messi like own that team now?
Bro, so basically, obviously they pay him to play, but he gets sales off. He gets money from the TV sales and the merchandise sales.
And when he retires, he has ownership in the company.
He gets, ownership in the team.
I was like, don't this nigga already own the company he plays for right now?
That should just tell you who that guy is.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Like,
you're right.
He's different, man.
That has to be like illegal in all of our sports, right? LeBron can't go pick up the Lakers and play for them niggas, right?
Nah, I think in the NBA, there's probably like a clause written where you can't do that.
Okay. Okay.
But soccer different, bro. It generates so much money. That's the thing, you know, the Saudi Arabians, they was paying people. They was like, come over here and play. We'll give you $1 billion just to come play soccer.
I think I did see that.
I think Mbappe had like a situation like that. I don't know his situation now, but I think he was over there for a minute, like earning, and they wanted Messi, but Messi was like, no, I'm going to the States.
That's what I think I saw because they tried to pay like upwards towards a B.
Billion, nigga.
And I remember when this came out, we were like, yo, do these niggas have this? This was during the pandemic, right? Or something like that?
It's been recent. Yeah,
okay.
The last 3-4 years for sure.
Yeah, I was like, do these niggas have that?
Yes.
No, you're right. We're just American, and we're American as fuck, and we don't think of anything outside of America. This whole world loves soccer and thinks of that as they think of soccer the way Americans think of baseball.
Yep. Or American football.
Yeah, either one of those.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Whichever ones the whites play. Yeah.
Facts. Excuse me.
But nevertheless, we haven't gotten into the topic yet.
Yeah, go ahead.
Future is set to perform there at the World Cup, just like we said. So, of course, he's going to have some music coming out pertaining to the actual event. Yep. Future, Tyla, and FIFA Sound have released a new track called Game Time. Mm-hmm. I heard this played a bit during our pre-production. Yep. And it doesn't sound bad.
Yeah, it sounds like your typical, like you said, like, you know, ceremony type of song, whatever it may be for. But yeah, I went into this initially expecting not to like it as much as I did. Like I was playing, I was like, damn, Future really going crazy. The beat is actually amazing. Tyler's part is nice as well. But yeah, again, I just thought this was going to be more of like a commercial, you know, ceremony type of song, which it still is. And I know that's why they made it.
It's a mix.
But like this song really ain't bad. Like if I was to hear this outside of the World Cup, I wouldn't be mad about it.
Yeah,
you know?
If it came on, like it just played random out the shuffle, I don't think I'd skip it.
Exactly.
And I think this would go perfect. Hopefully they do. Hopefully this goes on the FIFA soundtrack.
FIFA, yeah, for sure.
I can remember growing up, and they talk about this on like the TikToks and Instagrams and Twitters nowadays. There are certain songs from soundtracks and video games that you just remember forever. This is a nice track to go on the soundtrack.
Yep.
I wouldn't be mad at this at all.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got so many video games that have incredible soundtracks to me growing up. Yeah, this would be a great package to a FIFA one.
Yeah, without naming, well, you can name. Okay, let me ask you 2 questions. Give me one game itself that you just think the soundtrack is amazing that you remember on top of your head, and then give me one song from any game as well that sticks out to you. You initially, when you hear it, you just think of the game automatically, if you can.
And this is, I could of course not be accurate with this because this is off the top of my head, but just that I can think of right now, NBA Street Volume 2 has one of the best soundtracks I've heard. Honorable mention, I'd probably say GTA 4 or 5. And I don't know the name of the song, but I'm gonna just say the part. Best song, it's not even from those. The I won't bow down to no man. That's NBA 2K11 again. Like, there's that song. When I hear that track, I don't think about the artist. I don't think about the songs. I think about NBA 2K11. That's all I think about when I hear that song. And when I hear it, it sends me into a fucking time machine. Like, every time. So much so that I'd never download the track. I would never keep it in my phone because I don't want to hear it so much that it reminds me of anything else besides that moment. When I hear it, I want it to be 14 years later and somebody plays and I'm like, oh, shit.
Yep.
What about you?
Soundtrack, just starting there, I was going to say 2K11 as well. I think 2K11 and 12.
12 is like that too.
But I think 2K11 just nostalgia. And I want to say 10. There's a song I'm trying to think of with Kobe on the cover. I just can't think. But I feel like from 10, 11, and 12, the soundtracks are amazing. But I have to go to Midnight Club. And it's Manny Fresh, Cash Money, house real big.
Okay.
Car real big. I automatically think of Midnight Club 3, Dub Edition on that one. And then, I mean, I could name every GTA soundtrack from Vice City, San Andreas, Vice City Stories. Like, I've made playlists on my phone from certain radio stations on that game because, again, like,
it's valid though.
Like, the radio stations were just crazy. So yeah, always give love to GTA. But one song, like I said, would have to be the Manny Fresh, big time. And then the 2K11, 10, and 12 soundtracks for sure.
Yeah, they're just, I mean, especially when you get into those older games.
I think it's amazing. Kanye for 2K10. So amazing.
I think you're actually right.
So amazing. Oh my God.
There's so much about 2K10. 2K10 was like right before 2K started just becoming insane.
Right.
That was such a fucking great game. Kobe on the cover. You still had Stephen A on the My Player.
Man.
Yeah. Ooh-wee.
Right. Man, that shit give me chills, bro.
That was when
first year of My Player in my career.
Yep. And I was gonna say, just last week I got on 2K and I paid like $45 to raise my player card. Listen to this. From a 60 to a 79. It cost me.
Wait, how much?
It cost me $40 to raise my player from a 60 to a 79.
Nah, I ain't going.
Because nowadays you got to play fucking 2 seasons just to get your player up to like that.
I ain't going. Yeah, I just looked it up. It's kind of amazing for 2K10. I could hear. I could see me booting up that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bro, that's crazy.
That's Xbox 360 days.
Yes, bro, that's what I'm saying.
You gotta love it, man. Like that, that Xbox 360. Corey, Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 2?
Ooh.
I know because the PlayStation 2 should be the easy go answer just off of console. But when you add in you add in the nostalgia, and you add in the games that came along during the peak Xbox 360 era, God damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow. I'm still going to say PlayStation 2.
I probably would too.
But like, bro, that 360 was generational, bro. God damn.
The PS2 has brought you better times than the Xbox 360 has?
No, because I was a middle schooler into my high school years playing with the guys. So the most memorable moments are gonna come from the 360, but I wouldn't have been who I am without that PlayStation.
Absolutely.
2. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So like, I can't put the Xbox over the PlayStation, bro. Nah, never. I still got my 360 to this day. Like that's how much I can't let it go.
I'll let mine go. I can't. I've never said Xbox 360 as the number one. It's always been PlayStation 2 as the number one. And that goes off of the nostalgia from PlayStation 2, but also how fucking good the PlayStation 2 was. Like, fuck. That shit was amazing. But
it's you know, we talk about like technology advancement.
I know where you're going.
Like the PlayStation 2 changed the gaming industry
forever.
You know?
To this day, it's the most profitable like gaming console of all time.
Right. So like it can never be beat, in my opinion. Although we had great moments and still have great moments with whatever system you had. I'm sure people will even argue the GameCube and Dreamcast did shit for them. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But like PlayStation 2, I just think for that time, the DVDs still, you know, being able to play your DVDs off the shit as well. Like, nah, bro. You don't get better than PlayStation 2.
I'm going to go ahead and just push back on something you said. The GameCube didn't do a fucking thing for anybody.
You don't know that?
I will laugh at you. And this is the thing, like, I wanted one of them growing up. And the thing is, I'm so glad my parents wouldn't let me have a GameCube because I would hate to be going around the room and niggas be like, man, I love my PlayStation 2. That shit was the shit. And niggas start talking about the Xbox, the PS2, the PS3, the Xbox 360. And I'm like, man, my GameCube went fucking crazy. You couldn't even play shit on the GameCube. Yeah. That shit lets you play like Ape Escape.
Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
GameCube. I only played GameCube when I was sick and had to go to the doctor. They was the only niggas that had a GameCube.
And McDonald's.
Yeah, you're right. And Walmart. Walmart had a GameCube. Yeah. My brother had a Dreamcast. And if it wasn't for my brother, I would tell everybody with a Dreamcast to fucking kill themselves. What would have possessed you? Like you had to genuinely not be cool. Did you have a Dreamcast?
I didn't, but I think my pops had one early on. I can't remember, but nah, I was PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. I remember those.
I don't know how the N64, the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, all of these things were out.
And you go get a Dreamcast.
And niggas was like, give me that Dreamcast. Now, we want to talk about not having any compatible games. That shit didn't have no games. And I could remember, like, my brother would come over with his Dreamcast and keep that shit unplugged. He'd play our fucking PlayStation the whole time he was over there. Like, fuck that Dreamcast. Wow.
Yeah. Crazy.
Nevertheless, hopefully Future ends up on the FIFA soundtrack. Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, but even if he doesn't, he went bigger than the game this year.
It doesn't even matter, right? Yeah.
Wasn't Drake supposed to be playing this? Don't you remember when Kendrick was headlined for the Super Bowl and they were like, oh no, but Drake is already set to play the FIFA World Cup headed to blah, blah, blah. Like, what the fuck happened with that?
I remember that, but I don't know if it was a true confirmation or people were just saying it. But I do remember that.
Yeah, I remember for a while they were like, oh, well, he's doing this and Drake already has the World Cup in LA. Like,
yeah, people probably just talking, but I do remember that though.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah,
okay. Let's move forward though. We got another track to talk. Bossman, Dlow, Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion decided she'd hop on the remix of Motion Party.
Yep.
And that came out over the weekend as well. It made a lot of noise. That was a pretty buzzworthy song that happened this weekend. The song itself is already a pretty big thing, especially in that young hip hop rap culture. Like this is a really big track. TikTok, like one of those type of tracks.
Yeah. Hell yeah. What was the noise about it though that you saw? If you remember.
What I will say is I have not heard this record because not only am I not the biggest fan of that song, like Meg Thee Stallion's feature wasn't gonna be what made me go, ooh, like let me listen to the Bossman Dlow track that sounds like the other 7. Shout out. Never mind.
Careful.
It's June. Shout out. Problem.
We didn't even start with that.
Yeah, we should have.
We should have led with
that. You know we allies, baby. Yeah, but we already we here. We at Bossman Dlow.
Yep.
When this podcast pops, he's gonna fucking hate us. But it doesn't matter. Bossman Dlow, Meg Thee Stallion. When I saw the blog buzzworthy stuff, it did have to do with some of the things she said in the track. Okay. I'm not 100% sure what she said in it, but to my knowledge, there was some spicy stuff in it. No?
I mean, I played it once, and honestly, second what you're saying just about Bossman Dlow already, like, I didn't think her verse was one to have too much conversation about. She did mention, you know, not direct shots for her current situation with like Clay and everything, but there is a conversation about niggas cheating and things like that.
That's what I thought I saw.
So, but it wasn't like so glamorous where you had to stop and people want to talk about it. But again, with this being Meg's first pop out since that, I think that's probably like the biggest headline that you're going to get. It's like, oh, she popped out and she said something about it, but it wasn't direct shots. Like she didn't name the nigga. She didn't go deep into whatever happened between them. So I felt like if that was more of what happened, then maybe we would have more to talk about it, but I could be wrong. Do you have what the lyrics actually say?
I ain't going through no phones. That shit's stupid. If I catch a nigga cheating, it's deuces. Shit strict over here. I'm a rich bitch. Thought he did his big one till he met the biggest.
See, I'm like, that's whatever. You know? Oh, God. Oh, God. Come on, bro. Shots.
Yeah, man.
Man, like.
Clay feeling that shit.
He not. That nigga's on a boat. Chilling. Like, he don't give a damn. You know? Like. I don't know, bro.
You don't think he cares at all that he ruined?
No.
What is it? Wait, what is the Mouchon Laurent? What is the play she was doing?
Oh, I don't even know the name of it. Yeah, but no.
Mouchon Rule,
something. Yeah. No, he don't care. He was on his boat like the next day, a couple days later.
You're right. He was on IG Live.
He don't give a damn.
Yeah, no.
But that's something he been doing, so it wasn't like I'm doing this purposefully, you know, just to get back. He been doing it every offseason, but
he could have took a day off.
That one meant a little more.
Yeah, like he could have took a day off.
That one meant a little more, but that's Clay. Like he been doing that even when he was in Golden State. Like every offseason, that's what he do, bro. So nah, like again, if that's all you get from that song, that could be anything. She didn't directly name the nigga. She didn't go into details.
That could be anything.
I know what she's talking about, but I'm saying like for it to be buzzworthy, like you started with, for us to like really sit here and be like, bro, like nah,
you're right.
It ain't nothing.
I thought you were saying it like Clay could hear that and be like, not about me.
No. It's obviously about Clay, but I'm just saying like if that's what the articles or the blogs are buzzing about,
that is what they're buzzing about over this.
It was a slow week.
I mean, and me and you are both pretty good at forecasting. It was a slow week.
You know what I'm saying?
It was a slow week. So look, I might not even be mad. I might not even be fucking mad.
Hey, whatever, man.
Because if the week was slower, we would have had to entertain that shit in here for a minute.
Facts.
Yeah, like, oh my God, let's dig deeper though.
What do you think she means about that?
Yeah. Just know, pod, if this shit was slower, we'd be like, ooh, but bar two.
We'd have broke down the whole song.
No cheating? But didn't he just?
Nah, bro. Hell nah.
No, but all in all, I'm happy that this record is extremely successful. I'm happy for Bossman Dlow that this record is extremely successful. Even with the jokes that I made earlier, like I'm glad like he's able to hurdle past social media talk and continue to have like a successful career, because in 2024 or before, this ruins any career.
But you can make hits and get your way out of it. You know what I mean? And he got one of the songs of the summer.
Absolutely. Look at Isaiah Rashad.
Great album, man. What was that shit? It's Been Awful.
Yeah,
like I love that project.
Like, no, I'm serious. Like,
I know what you're saying.
He literally got nutted on.
Hey, bro.
Y'all thought I was gonna go there? He went there. What the fuck? I can't say it. This nigga had children at home
and a woman.
Yeah, and a woman.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I mean, damn, bro.
Like, and he made this comment about like how he didn't get the red carpet rolled out for him for a minute he was by like
Frank.
like Frank and Tyler the Creator. My nigga, you have you had children at home that night
and a woman.
Now imagine if she found out the way we found out.
I mean, you know. Yeah, shout out to bro though. Shout out to all. Pride Month.
No, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm
saying? But moving forward, because I think it's time to move into albums.
All right.
We did have a highly anticipated album this week. That was Big Mama by Latto. She's been, pubbing, promoting, marketing, rolling this album out for the last 2 months, maybe. She's had some notable tracks out already. She had Somebody that was out. She had Business and Personal that was already out. Get Out My Face with Glorilla that was already out. But she dropped a 18-track, 55-minute release. That's from RCA and Stream Cut. And I had the chance to play this one time last night and one time during pre-production today. I actually tried to get as much through during pre-production today as possible, and I got all the way through. I really like this album.
Tell me why.
I don't want to come in, and hopefully I'm not coming in with the Latto like bias, because at this point, like I really like Latto. I think she started off strong. Business and Personal was where she introed, but from the very beginning, when this song released a couple months ago, we knew this was going to be the intro to the album. It was named intro already.
Mm-hmm. And we loved it.
Yeah, we loved it.
All right.
I think she had noteworthy features. Glorilla, she already did her thing on Get Out My Face. Okayyy, track 5, Doja Cat. I think that fucking track is amazing. I think Doja Cat went fucking insane. So much so that even though I do think Latto is the best rapper overall in the game today, when we talk females, I was honestly disappointed. The female rap space is going to have to start treating this like the rap male space, like the male rap space, which is if Doja Cat sends that fucking verse in and she went that fucking crazy on it, Latto, you got to redo your verse. Like real shit, because we know in that male rap space, it's so competitive that you're not going to outdo me on my track. Like if you come through with a verse that's just going that crazy, I have to redo my verse. I don't think, unless we're talking Nicki Minaj, the women in this rap space have really been on that these days. They really been more collaboration, buddy, girls, power type shit, and we just on the track together, which is cool. And if we don't have a competitive vibe about it and that's what we're leaving out of it, I'll shut the fuck up. But I didn't like that Doja Cat got on this track and rapped better than I think Latto on that. I think Doja Cat put down an incredible fucking verse on this.
Yep, I agree.
21 Savage got in his fucking bag on this album. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a while since I heard a 21 Savage feature where like he's lived up to my expectation that I know he's capable of, especially not on them Drake records. But yeah, like I can't remember the track he did like back with King Von a few years back. Like that's how I want 21 Savage jumping out of the gate on a feature.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't play that. Is that what it's called? I don't play that.
Don't play that.
That's when we were looking at 21 Savage and we were like, oh, he's the best in the game. Like he's
2022. Wow.
Those are the type of features I want to hear you back out with. And I don't think he went that crazy on this record, but he gave us a worthy verse. Mariah the Scientist sounded great. Sexy Red is just having her fucking way out here. And I don't necessarily love the track that she's on, but what I mean by she's having her way out here, that track is totally engineered to sound like a Sexy Red track. Like even the ad-libs on the chorus, they're no. Like you can hear certain 2007-ish ass beats. You're like, oh my God, they did this just for her. Like when Drake gets on a track, the whole beat will change just because Drake is on. Like they're making beats for her. I like WizKid on it. I like Tiana. I like Jelly Roll. I think she had crazy beats on the album. Sorry for being long-winded. I really enjoyed this. I give this, it's not no skips, but I give it B+ to an A-.
Nice.
How do you feel?
So I played this one time about an hour or two before pre-production. It was my first time listening to it, right? And just like you, I was sort of taken aback. And I don't know why I was more so like surprised at how good the album was, how good the production was, how good the rhymes was, how good the feature were, you know, because leading up to the project and talking about her history like we've done before, I know how great of an artist that Latto is. And, you know, my expectations for her have always been high level at the top. But again, I knew this album came out on Friday. Didn't play it Friday, didn't play it Saturday, waited until, again, an hour or two before pre-production to finally press play on it. And, bro, I was like, it's crazy I'm going to say this because I only got one listen. I was like, damn, this may be her best work.
Yeah.
You know, I was just like, damn, it's a really great project. And I think not only for herself, we talked about this and something that, you know, when you didn't mention when you started, but we talked about it before, she did state that this is a retirement album, right? That she may or may not be taking a break and all of that. And remember, we talked about like, okay, if that is true, this album has to live up to the hype, at least to give you a break of whatever that you may be doing next. So I'm here personally to say like, whatever she does next, if she takes a break, if she doesn't, if she retires, if she doesn't, right, whatever, I'm okay with Latto leaving us with this album right here. I think Big Mama hit all of the marks that it was supposed to hit, from the name, from, you know, the whole rollout of your journey into being a mom and family life, and just diving deep into like personal struggles and battles that you've been dealing with your whole life, whether it be with your mom, your sister, your dad, and even your so-called, I don't even want to call it so-called, your relationship now with 21 Savage.
That was on the Jelly Roll track too. Yeah,
yeah. So like she gave us all of that. So I have no complaints about the album. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The features were great as well. I want to first focus on the Doja Cat track also, because when I was playing that one and I heard the way Doja was rapping, I also started to think about like, all right, like Doja, when you gonna rap again? Because you remember her album last year was like pop.
Yeah, and it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't what we were expecting. But if we're just looking at her last rap project, which was like Scarlet, I think 2023,
and she
killed that one.
She stomped.
You know
on
what
it.
I'm saying? Like that one had Agora Hills and all those hits. So I'm like, all right, Doja, now it's your time to pop back out. I had that thought.
Paint the Town Red.
Paint the Town Red is on there also. Yeah, just a hell of a project. But I love so many songs or singles on this album. Number 4, Chrome Heart, Diaper Bag. I really enjoyed that one. We played number 16, Daddy's Girl Interlude, because it has that Aaliyah sample.
Yep.
Never Coming Back is the song. So yeah, like there's so many tracks on here where I feel like are really great tracks. I feel like their production is at a high level. I felt like Latto's pen is at the best level that it's been. That's why when I got to the end, I immediately on one listen was like, damn, she has a great catalog, but I think this may be her best work.
She blew me away.
It sounds mature.
Yeah.
Everything about it was just grade A. You know what I mean? So I enjoy this project, and whatever happens with her next, I know you're going to get some type of break. Again, I don't think she's retiring. I don't believe that yet. We'll see what happens. But you can expect Latto to disappear for some time. And this album gives you a nice little cushion. You can't go away forever. We talked about that. But I think she earned a cushion to at least go away for a year here with this project, in my opinion, because that's how strong it is.
Yeah, I'd say about a year. And I feel like at this point, me and you have almost flip-flopped, because last time I was the one like, yeah, she can retire, she can take a break. And you were kind of saying like, no, I don't really think. I heard this record, and it's not even on the way you were saying, it's just our perspectives have flipped. No, it was too good. You can't quit. You can't fucking quit. Yeah. The only thing that I will say, and I was having this argument in the text with my sisters. Me and my sisters have a group message. And I asked them, like, have you heard Latto's album? And Channing is a firm believer that Doja's still the best female rapper in the game. And I understand strictly pen-wise, if you're not talking like all around, if you're talking strictly like pen to paper, I might meet you there. Yeah. But when you start to look at overall and you think about every female rapper that has existed in the limelight or in the mainstream that we've considered one of the best, how many of them, even if we just started 777, have 3 back-to-back-to-back albums that are scorching like those? Like, think about, I mean, I can't even say it with Nicki Minaj. You can't say it with Cardi because she's only 2 in. Mm-hmm. I can't say it with Doja because I feel like there's hits and misses in between. I feel like there wasn't a long enough career with a Lauryn Hill. I feel like there wasn't enough cohesiveness in there with a Lil' Kim. I feel like there was a drop off there with a Queen Latifah. I feel like there was a drop off there or a I'm leaving the game with a Eve. I don't know another female rapper that has made music at a high level like she has, at a consistent rate like she has or is now. I think she's been doing it more consistently than any rapper in the female space I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's a good argument. I don't have anybody that I think can attest to that currently. I would have to spend some more time with that one. But if we're just focusing on her era first, because again, we could go back and maybe pull somebody from the 80s, 90s, whatever.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But her era,
she's wiped it down.
Yeah, I can agree with you there. I think for at least since the 2010s, and we could go later because I know, she's more like 2015 and on. But yeah, like the names you mentioned, Nicki, Glorilla more recently, but again, doesn't have enough projects. Cardi again, but doesn't have enough projects. Who else are we missing that's from the women game?
You can name Doja, you can name Doechii, you can name, I'm trying to think of the big Meg Thee Stallion. I think we're naming a lot of the big ones. And I'm gonna look up some more just in case we're missing anybody super big.
Tierra Whack.
Okay.
But again, I don't know projects. I don't know how many projects these people have released. To go to the argument where we're talking about consistency and having projects that have released year after year that are at a high level. But yeah, let's look up and see if we can get some more. Tierra Whack, we said. Doechii again doesn't have enough projects.
Yeah, when I'm looking at the list right now, Cardi, they're really showing me Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, Doja Cat, Ice Spice, Doechii, Latto. Yeah, that's really the big ones they're giving me right now. And out of these, Sexy Red, Glorilla, like you said, Tierra Whack, Bia, JT.
I think you can make an argument for Meg. Meg has a lot of projects, right? If we're talking her entire catalog from mixtapes to albums, I think early on you can probably make an argument for Meg. But I know you aren't the biggest fan, so I'm just saying, just in general, if somebody were to come to me and say, no, Megan's consistency is at the same level with Latto, I don't think I would argue because she has proved and shown that with
she's
this
consistent.
project, she's consistent.
She is consistent.
And she gets better.
She's consistent.
Yeah.
The only thing I would push back, I wouldn't push back on anything when it comes to consistency. When I talk of that overall package, I do think the rap ability, the changes in cadence, the changes in rap schemes.
Yeah.
I do think Latto takes the edge over Megan Thee Stallion there.
Yeah.
But no, when you talk about strictly being a consistent rapper, putting out projects with notable hits each album, yeah, I think you can have an argument there.
Yeah.
When you talk Latto though, you're talking 3 or 4 of these Billboard toppers each and every fucking time.
And having memorable tracks that are like timeless in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I know a lot of time hasn't went by to like maybe clarify it that, but I feel like that's the best word. Like when you have songs with Mariah Carey that go crazy like that.
Big energy.
When you have Sunday service songs,
Sunshine on Me.
Sunshine, like songs that truly, although it's only been 2, 3, 4 years, like, no, those were the biggest songs at the time when they dropped. You fast forward 3, 4 years later, if you hear that song today, it puts you back in that same moment. So that's where I would say, like, if we're arguing from that aspect or that perspective and the conversation is Latto versus Meg, I also am going to give it to Latto for that right there. But Meg also got the same shit, you know what I'm saying? Like all the things she did early, Draw the Boat and all them things,
Does she have more hits than Latto? I think Latto might have more hits.
Meg may have more hits. I ain't gonna lie.
We start talking like the put it on the floors and all.
Yeah, Meg got a hell of a catalog too, though. But I don't think anybody would be wrong. You know what I mean? But to the conversation, I know we're talking about Latto, focusing on Latto here. I'm still agreeing with you for what we started with, the consistency, the albums, you know, being Billboard toppers and memorable. Like Latto has shown and proved that she's one of the best, if not the best, rapper in the game today from the women's space. So yeah, not gonna disagree or argue with that opinion there, my brother.
You want to go back to the little baby versus Latto convo we had? No, I'm just playing.
No. You gonna make me go play Voice of the Heroes? What the fuck?
Yeah, no, I was kidding this time, guys. Last time I wasn't kidding, but when I left, I was like, damn, that was stupid.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Like what?
What was I thinking?
Sometimes it just be the heat of the moment. You know what I mean? Like we say a lot of things. That's this pod shit, y'all. It ain't easy.
It's not
to sit up here and like, you know, consistently have these topics and try to remember things that we've said in the past and try to, like, our brains are just filled with just so much of this music shit. Sometimes we say some things that even myself, like, bro, it'd be a lot of times, I know I'm on a tangent now, but it'd be a lot of times I listen back and I'd be like, oh my God, that was terrible.
Yeah, like, what were you thinking?
That was stupid.
Or like certain situations will play out and it didn't come to fruition the way you thought. And then what you said, or I'm not saying you, but like me or you, was way off. You'd be like, God damn, why did I say that?
And it'd be like, you know, when you get into arguments with your lady and you think about shit that you should have said or worded it better, you know, days later, it'd be so many topics. I'm like, nah, like, I don't think y'all understood what I really was trying to say in that moment. But if you would hear me right now, if you let me get a second chance, I can explain it better. So, yeah, man, it is what it is, though.
When I jumped in the car on the way home from that pod and heard Lil Baby say TRX the Hellcat motor inside a Ram truck, I was like, yeah, I ain't never heard her say no shit like that. She ain't never wrote no shit like that.
Crody wrote it.
Dog, yeah, I gotta check. See, that's the thing. I was having a conversation with my sisters, and she was like, man, fuck that. Crody wrote it. And I'm like, man, what do you say when somebody's like accusing the person you're standing for of not even writing that shit? Like, I've been a Nicki fan my whole life. I've never had to deal with this shit. Maybe I should just stay where the fuck I'm at. Nah. You know she wrote that shit.
Nah.
Drake wrote some of that shit?
I don't think so, bro.
I don't think so either, but I do think she is influenced by Drake, just like a lot of rappers.
For sure.
So
yeah, but no, I don't think Drake is writing for her at all. I truly think her pen is her pen. And again, I think at this point where she is right now with this album, Big Mama, her pen is at the highest level it's ever been.
Yeah, I think maybe there was a possibility in the past that there was some 21 Savage on her pen. But at this point, I think this is nothing but Latto's pen.
Bro, that shit too personal. Like, not even trying to, like, no pun intended.
It's business and personal.
Right, that's what I'm saying with the intro. But, like, nah. Like, I'm listening to them rhymes and the records. I'm like, nah, that's her.
Yeah, that shit good.
Yeah, it was a really nice listen, man.
The thing is, like, I know it's good because I'm not even like a lot of the rap that gets super sexual, I'll be ready to turn off. Like, she does a good job of balancing shit out to when she says some grotesque shit, I'm like, damn, that was fire. Like, I don't even be mad. Like, that's the thing. Y'all don't even know. I won't even be mad if y'all just balance the pussy rap out with, like, guns and murder too. Like, give me some guns and murder or something. Yeah, but let's go ahead and move on. I do really think that was a good album. It's something that's getting downloaded, something that's staying in my phone that I have plans on spinning back. And I do think it's one of the better, I'm not saying best, I do think it's one of the better albums I've heard all year. I'll say, and I hate for this to be the bar, just before we move on, that was better than Don't Be Dumb. That wasn't better than Rocky album? Cari, stop. Yo, stop.
Like, why are we here?
Because I saw a post earlier today and it talked about the albums that have released this year. Okay. And out of the notable ones, I do now have to rank A$AP Rocky's Don't Be Dumb at last. You do have Iceman out. You have Bully out. You have the Fall Off out. You have Octane out.
I'm putting Isaiah Rashad. It's been awful.
Yeah, you have It's Been Awful out because that was on that post as well.
Okay.
And you have Don't Be Dumb there. And out of all of those albums,
it's last in that.
it is last.
Yeah, for sure.
Cari, Latto album wasn't better than Don't Be Dumb. The beats wasn't better on that album.
So look, Don't Be Dumb. I only played one.
You only played this one time.
Probably.
You only played this one time
when it dropped. I'm saying this to say like I really don't remember too much from Don't Be Dumb. Outside of like the end, there was a couple tracks in like that part 2. I remember like in like 2 of those tracks. But I can't really say that yet. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Are you only gonna play this one once?
I didn't play the album once. I'm just saying I didn't play it a lot. But no, this one I'm gonna spin back a couple more times. I don't think I'm gonna spend a lot of time with it. And that's no like disrespect to the album. It's just one where I'm like, it's cool. I like it, but I don't think I'm gonna constantly play it.
You don't listen to women's rap.
Shut up. but ASAP Rocky, that album was forgettable for sure.
Fuck.
So I'm just being honest, bro. You want me to be honest here? I'm just being honest.
We are honest here. The thing is, I don't think that was the bullet I was expecting to come out of that. I thought she was about to shoot a blank. No, sir. 50 AE. That was a Desert Eagle that nigga shot.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying, like, you asking me 4 or 5 months since that album has dropped, how was it? How does it sound? I don't remember.
Yo, stop.
I'm going back to your question where I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, man.
Like, I can't answer it.
I just came off of a weekend of watching the Boondocks, and I passed season 3 with the Obama episode.
Okay.
What you did was basically what Obama did to Riley when he condemned him. And at the end, he said, basically, fuck him. Like, that's what you just did, brother.
I ain't mean it that way.
It's too late.
The Don't Be Dumb tour just started.
I saw that. It's got mixed reviews.
First show was sold out though, I heard.
The first show was sold out. And the thing is, I'm not too much a fan of the mixed reviews because everybody that I saw at the show looked like they had a fucking amazing time.
And A$AP Rocky is one of the best performers that we've had from this generation, guys. Be for real. So I truly think the show itself is probably great as fuck too. But I'm not the biggest A$AP Rocky fan. Didn't plan on going to the tour. And again, I don't think this album would be pulling me to the tour. You know what I'm saying?
Does A$AP come back to redeem himself with that part 2 this year? Because now that he's already out on the road with just part 1, that says in my head, like, we're not getting a part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you had a part 2 coming out, I don't think you would deny half of your fans or whatever percentage of the fans that you do 3, 4, 5 different shows before a new project comes out. I would feel cheated as a consumer of the show if you dropped a new project in the middle of the tour and then went out and toured the new shit and I got stuck with the old shit.
And performed the new shit.
Yeah. 4 dates back.
Right.
Like, yeah, no, I'd be mad at that. So
I don't think we're getting it.
That's a dream deferred to me. I mean, because if we're being honest, in our head, like, he didn't do enough on that album and the second part was going to save us with the tracks that we really wanted, you know?
Yeah, that was our thought process. But maybe, okay, maybe this is what happens. Going back to what you said, not dropping it during this tour because, again, it wouldn't be fair. Maybe it's not done XYZ, right? Even though he's announcing all of that. I get that. But maybe he finishes the tour and then drops the project. Would that make you feel a little different?
No. Feels like that sounds like even more of a waste of time, honestly. And I see it happening, and that's probably what will happen because niggas love to do goofy shit. But it's not like he's gonna drop that album and go back on tour. So like, what's the point?
It ain't even about the tour though. It's just about getting music out. Or fulfilling the promise that you gave to your fans to start the year off.
I do like that idea of holding true, but if these are your better records and you don't tour them, cheated.
Cheated, yeah. It could go both ways. I understand you. Definitely understand.
But shout out Rocky though. Is he even on this list? Why are we here?
What was we talking about to get
what
to Rocky?
The fuck brought us here, Cari?
Oh, you were asking if his album was better than Latto's.
No. Yeah. Rhetorical question.
Right.
No.
Right.
But I'll go ahead and stand out there and say, just bare minimum. No, it's fuck it. No, Cari. And I can't believe that you over here saying it, and you're almost convincing me. There's no track that I felt like I was like, damn, he rapped better. There's no track on either like on his album that you like, damn, Latto's not out rapping that.
That Punk Rocky ain't better than no track on her album.
It's not better than any other. Yes,
I'm only asking because you love that. You like that song.
Yes, and let me go back to Latto's album. I will say, if you catch me anywhere in between track 2, sorry, it's better than track 2. That's the only track that it's better than. Every other song on this album is much better.
Gotcha.
The beats are better. I think the beats on Latto's album was smacking. My fault.
All right, I'm not arguing with you.
I'm on pussy. Let me get off pussy.
Oh, man.
I'm going to start saying that. Yeah, with guys, you got to say you on dick. I'm like, yeah, let me get off pussy. I'm going to get off clit.
That's crazy.
Let's move forward.
All right.
Freddie Gibbs. He's got a new 3-pack out called RBT. 3 different tracks. We played these during pre-production. How do you feel about these?
Love these tracks. Starting with the RBT, the cover, it's a play on SRT, and RBT stands for Rabbit. You know, that's his mascot, all of that. So I thought that was fire starting out. This was sort of a surprise. You didn't really get news of this or waves on this until like Wednesday night, maybe early Thursday. And initially I was thinking it was going to be an entire project because he's also somebody who's promised us a deluxe to the project that he did, I think last year. What was the green?
What was that? You Only Die Twice?
Yeah. He's promised us like a part 2 or deluxe to that. We still haven't gotten it fully. So again, was just thinking that this was going to be more than just 3 songs. Or
You Only Die Once.
You Only Die Once, right? More than just the EP. But the 3 songs are amazing. Freddie Gibbs still gave us Alfredo 2 last year, which I thought was one of the best projects to release last year. And this goes without saying, but this nigga is one of the best rappers out.
Yeah, for sure.
At this moment. So that's what you get with this project. These 3 songs, I thought they were great. I thought they were amazing. I've become more and more of a fan of Freddie Gibbs in the last, recent years. So anytime he drops, I'm going straight to it. And this was one that I think, again, just separates himself. And I wasn't necessarily blown away because, again, this is just what I've come to expect with Freddie Gibbs. But these 3 songs are really great and some of the best rapping, although it's 3 songs that we've gotten truly this year.
Yeah. You pretty much said it all. We are still waiting on a deluxe from him or another project. But like you said, he came through and provided Alfredo 2 last year. So, I mean, you can't really complain getting consistent projects from one of the best rappers in the game. We had a conversation about Freddie Gibbs in the group message over this weekend because one of our friends compared him to Key Glock, and Bobby, I could shoot you if you
with your own gun.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you weren't military, I'd shoot you. But God bless the troops.
Let me go back and read because this when he sent this, I was at the graduation, I think.
Yeah, he said. The conversation was pretty much over whether or not Benny the Butcher or Freddie Gibbs could one day be mainstream artists.
A-list artists.
Yeah, A-listers.
Right.
And my opinion was if the right deals were in place and Freddie was up for that challenge, but I don't think Freddie wants that the way people think he does. Mm-hmm. Freddie could honestly, in my eyes, be a crossover, like mainstream success. I think he has the lyrical ability. I think he's got the look. I think he has the sound to be on versatile tracks that stretch past just rap music. You could hear him on a soundtrack of Fast and Furious.
He just was on Leon Thomas Mutt album.
Yeah, like
the Mutt remix. So yeah, I know what you're saying.
You can hear him mix it up.
Yeah.
With Benny, although Benny is who I consider in today's game my favorite active rapper, I think with Benny, it's very gangsta, it's very gritty, it's very Buffalo, dope selling, coke bars, And you never really hear him step into too many other spaces. He's like Lloyd Banks on crack. It's just dope rap, which I love, and that's what makes him my favorite. But I could see Freddie doing that, and Bobby was basically saying, I don't know, I could probably see it for both of them because look at Key Glock now, and he's doing what they do.
Yeah, I'm reading it.
And I was like, Bobby, no.
Yeah, it's like, please clarify and explain what you mean. I'm reading y'all messages, but yeah, I understand.
But yeah, you can't be mad at this. Anything that Freddie decides to deliver, whether it be a project or some in-between records, a feature, or something like that, you're happy to hear from Freddie Gibbs because, like you said, he's one of the best in this game, if not the best rapper in today's game. So you just kind of got to be appreciative. And all of the beats, he's got samples on these. Like these beats are fucking insane. Y'all niggas been going dumb with the beats in 2026. Whether these are sampled beats or things we're doing on our own on that Don Toliver, Kanye West like tip. Yeah. I've enjoyed everything that I've heard this year so far.
Last question for you: Is Freddie Gibbs a better rapper than J. Cole? Do you remember this conversation?
Yes. I do remember this conversation, and I think we've answered this before, but let me sit and think about this again. Because in 2026, that's a tougher question than you actually think it is. I still say no, Freddie Gibbs is not a better rapper than J. Cole, but I raise no argument to anybody that says he is. I raise absolute just because I do think that J. Cole is way more versatile of an artist than Freddie Gibbs. I think Freddie Gibbs has the capability to do a lot of the things you've heard J. Cole do, but you haven't heard it. You haven't. So
I would answer it almost similar to you. Obviously, I'm biased, so I'm still gonna put up an argument.
I'm biased as well.
But I will say I do give people leeway and understand where you're coming from because most of the time it's just clickbait bullshit. It's your favorite artist, XYZ, and you're just talking out the side of your neck. Freddie got the catalog to almost argue and fight in battle with anybody. So
not with Cole, though.
If you're truly coming to me and saying, like, I think this guy is better because of his catalog, because of the way he raps, the samples and the production, everything that he does as a true artist, I'm going to have a conversation with you. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to tell you that you're wrong compared to if this was like 6ix9ine better than J. Cole. I'm not even going to entertain. You know what I mean? So that's why I would say I give more leeway to an answer like that. And Freddie has proven time and time that he gets better with each project. And he has some of the best projects that have came out since 2020.
There are some things that I think I can say about the other that I can't say about the other. And that goes in both ways. The same way I was talking about Latto and her consistent fashion. I don't think, I mean, maybe now because we've gotten later into his career and he's just doing what he wants. I don't think that Freddie Gibbs' catalog has been as consistent at a high level as J. Cole's. I don't think so.
No, hell no. I would give you since 2020.
Yeah, since 2020,
right,
but
before that, hell no.
But even then, I don't think every single one hit the way it was supposed to.
Right.
The one right after Alfredo, wasn't a fan. That purple one, I can't remember. It wasn't Alfredo, but it's another purple one.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Not a fan. But on that same opposite side, and this is gonna sound crazy, and I don't care about you guys. Hot take me if you want. J. Cole doesn't have an Alfredo. He doesn't. J. Cole has amazing albums, and J. Cole has his own pillar, peak, pinnacle moment albums. I don't think he has an Alfredo.
What do you mean by that? Just so I understand.
I don't think. Let me think about this before I say it.
Yeah, be careful. Nah, I'm just trying to understand for sure.
I'm just gonna. I don't have a better way to say it, so I'm just gonna say it the way it has to be said. I don't think J. Cole has an album better than Alfredo.
Okay. Yeah, I can't agree with that. That's crazy.
I think there's a lot of albums and moments that are near and dear to my heart that tug on my bias, but I don't think lyrically J. Cole has a full album in the tuck better than Alfredo. I don't think so. No. Even the ones I consider my favorite. No, I think that high level is one of the fucking highest levels in rap. And I think J. Cole has touched them on his own accords, but it's a high fucking high. I don't think he has one of those. But that's what I mean by, like, there's things I can say about one of them that I don't think I can say about the other that both support and cripple the other. But I still, at the end of the day, I take J. Cole. I think J. Cole is a better artist, just overall. And I don't. It's tough to talk about when you compare it, but I don't think it's close.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah, I don't really think it's close. Like I saw something online. Somebody kept asking, like one of those bar for bar things. They asked Jadakiss or Beanie Siegel, and that is like the same thing for me. Like, oh shit, who do you pick there? But it's like tough in the moment, but when you start to scale it back, I feel like it gets more apparent to me. Like I give the edge maybe to Jadakiss, but god damn, like the same thing for me. It's like I give that to Cole, and when I start to think about it, it's apparent. But god damn, like when you ask that on the spot,
yeah,
Freddie is tough, and Freddie's so good you don't want to say he's not the best.
All right. I feel that.
And their rap flows and schemes are so different. I don't know. Yeah. Something about Freddie's music feels realer or raw, but something about J. Cole's feels better. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, no. One thing that I do love about Freddie, I think goes somewhere with what you just said. I really think his delivery is outstanding.
Yeah.
Like every time he raps, regardless of the beat and what he's talking about, flow, cadence, delivery, I feel like he's mastered the art of that. And not to say that I think it's better than Cole's or anybody, but I'm just saying, like, for me, when I listen to Freddie, his deliveries, his punchlines, like the way he hits it, I fuck with. And I think that sets him apart and why I think people regard him as one of the best and have these type of conversations, whether it be Cole or whoever, because there's a lot of fans that think Freddie is better than most rappers. You know what I'm saying?
He is better than most rappers.
I just brought in the Cole topic because that was just that's been like one of those things for the last 2-3 years on social media. So, but no, just wanted to bring that in. Cool conversation. I'm glad we have it. I'm glad we had it. I'm sorry. And yeah.
And I'll agree. He is better than most rappers, but J. Cole is better than most of the rappers that are better than most of the rappers.
That's like ever lived. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, like Jay, I don't put Freddie Gibbs in my top 10.
Yeah, that's me neither.
J. Cole's in my top 5.
Yeah, that's why I say it's different, but it is a conversation that if you asked me 3-4 years ago, I'm not entertaining at all.
There's a lot more that goes into being the best rapper than how you sound on the track.
Yeah.
And he sounds amazing on the track. But when I put his last 7 albums together and I look at J. Cole's last 7 albums, one of them is clearly superior. So, clearly.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
No, all good, man.
Where are we at with it next?
Moving on, just a few more things we want to mention, staying in rap, I believe, before we go into the news projects.
Oh, yeah, we're there, Cari. It's time to talk to Iceman again.
All right, let's do it.
He froze the world again. No, he froze the charts. He froze the charts this time, guys.
Yeah.
And I've got a slew of records here right now.
All right.
According to the Billboard charts, Drake has become the first ever artist to reach 400 Hot 100 entries. Along with this past week, he has charted 42 songs simultaneously on the Billboard Hot 100, breaking the previous all-time record of 37 at once held by Morgan Wallen, that I'm sure left the week after. This says right here, had every chart eligible track. He's the first to have every chart eligible track from an album released that weekend. Right. Like he charted a song from every single album that released over the weekend. He earned his 14th Hot 100 #1 record with Janice Shut the Fuck Up that we introed with, passing Michael Jackson, and he now has the most #1 hits by a solo male artist in history. He reached 90 career top 10 hits, extending his all-time record. He occupied 9 of the 10 Hot 100 positions, tying his personal best. And that was just for his singles. When you go into his albums, he became the first artist on Billboard 200 history to simultaneously hold the #1, #2, and #3 album on the chart with Iceman, Habibi, and Maid of Honor. He earned his 15th #1 album, surpassing Jay-Z for the most Billboard 200 #1 albums by a solo rapper. He tied Taylor Swift with 15 career #1 albums, trailing only the Beatles for the most #1 albums in history. And he set a new rap record with 20 top 10 albums on the Billboard 200. So just to cap this off, guys, in a single week, he broke all of these records in a single week. Most Hot 100 entries ever. Most simultaneous Hot 100 entries ever. Most #1 Hot 100 solos by a male artist. First artist to own the entire Billboard 200 top 3. And most #1 Billboard top 200 albums by a solo male rapper with 15.
Nice.
It is safe to say Drake is the most accomplished rapper of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even before this.
Yeah. But even more now.
Yeah, for sure. Breaking those last 2 records for sure.
There was a stamp on Drake at this point. Like, I mean, there's always been the stamp on Drake, but he's like Romo to me right now. Like, he the GOAT on paper for sure. I'm not saying Drake is the GOAT or the best rapper, but I mean, if we have to do statistics, Drake is the best guy on paper. Drake is he will probably be the biggest rapper on paper forever. Like they'll never. I'm safely in my body saying right now, there will never be another rapper in the history of this world we're living in that will reach the heights with hip hop rap music that Drake has reached. It'll never happen again, ever.
Not in our lifetime, but yeah, with you, I'm almost wanting to say never ever, right, as well, but
not in our lifetime for sure.
But people were probably thinking that Mike's record would never be broken. You know what I mean? So
you're right.
But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think on paper it gets no bigger. I think this was a great moment for him. Thinking back to the last 3-4 years and all of the shit that was going on, all the conversation that people were having, and all of the so-called, I guess you can say, hot takes, whatever you want to call it, and people not thinking that these things were accomplishable for somebody like Drake. So I'm glad that he got this moment. I'm glad to see that you break Mike's record, Jay record. You get 3 albums on the Billboard simultaneously. You chart all songs from all 3 albums, 42 songs. All songs chart on the Billboard. I just think that's amazing. And then Iceman debuted at #1 last week and is gonna, stay at #1 this week and do almost another 230 to 250,000.
I hope Habibi stays at #2 too. I really hope so.
That would be dope. That would be dope. So not too much that I have. I don't know if there's anything. I'll let you go again. But again, this is a moment that we should definitely appreciate and praise. And I'm glad that Drake is getting his flowers and love for it. But I don't necessarily want to say this was to be expected, because again, there were questions you didn't know, but seeing Drake accomplish this, there's nobody else that can do these things. So although it's a huge feat, I'm almost I kind of knew that Drake would get this love, especially looking back at how the last 3-4 years people were treating him.
This makes Drake bigger and better than Michael Jackson, right?
On paper.
No. All around, whole thing.
Nah, bro.
Nah, and of course I'm rage baiting. Shout out J Ham. But the kids these days can make that argument.
The kids these days can and will make that argument until the day that they pass, and that's just what it is. It's their generation. This is their mic. This is their GOAT, and it's just the streaming era that we have debuted in our lifetime and that they've grown up in. They don't know any better. They don't know that streaming is a whole totally different way of processing and sales and listening to music. And they think that because he can have X amount of 100 million listeners a month on Spotify, that makes him better than the greatest artists that have ever lived, and that's their brains. That's how they're wired. And you can't argue with them that this number isn't bigger than that number. That's all that they see are numbers. So that's what they have, and that's what they're going to hold on to. But no, that means nothing to people like us that knew what music was before the streaming era.
Sometimes there are things that have absolutely nothing to do with music that tell me everything that I need to know already. Do you know what the people did when Adonis was born, Cari?
What's that?
Nothing. It did nothing. I watched thousands of random people flood outside of a hotel room to watch Michael Jackson dangle a baby over a balcony just so they could get a glimpse of this nigga's face. Thousands.
Yep.
Thousands.
Yep.
Anybody that knows what I'm talking about, and see, this is the reason why I know there's a bigger and there's anybody knows what I'm talking about can see the color of Michael Jackson's shirt in your head right now. Like, fuck the whole thing I'm talking about. You know what color shirt Michael Jackson had on in your brain right now. Yep. I can't think of one moment for Drake like that in my whole life. I need people that were born after 2009 to understand you can make the argument and be totally valid in making your argument, but your body not being there in the flesh during his life and presence does so much disservice to your argument. Like your argument virtually means nothing.
Yeah.
As I grow up, I realize more and more I should not be arguing with people older than me, especially about history and trivia. When it comes to sports, music, television, like when somebody's telling you this was better than that, and that nigga's 25 years older than you, I'm done arguing with people like that. Like, shout out Glenn. He don't even get an argument out of me anymore. Like, I'm sure Hakeem Olajuwon was the greatest player we've ever fucking seen.
Yeah, that's his favorite.
No, I'm just making a joke, an old joke. But Mike was just some shit that like you can't describe to this day's world that has social media. That like without this, niggas knew exactly where to go to be there, and there was gonna be 100,000 other people waiting.
And all again that they see are numbers. So we talk about on paper, right? This generation, this streaming generation, all they see is what's on paper. Yep. All they see is what number is bigger than that one. So again, I brought up that example, which I absolutely hate when I see these arguments, and that's what they hold on to, but I hate it. They be like, no, he has more Spotify monthly listeners. He's a better artist than, and I'm not even talking about Drake. I'm talking about just anybody. They'll bring that in, and I'm like,
You're right.
I'm like, bro,
but look at their global Spotify.
That means nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I even hate that that's a thing in a sense because it's so skewed, and it makes people think that because you have X amount of millions of people listening a month, which how are we even generating this number? Like, truly, like, what is it to even come to that number? There's just people pressing play. Like, there's so many different
you have to listen for a certain amount of seconds, a certain amount of minutes.
That shit means nothing. So again, like, that's who you're arguing with, not you, just people. That's who you're arguing with today. So like, it's not even worth it. You know what I mean? 'Cause you don't even understand. And going back to what you said, whether it's Mike or whoever came up before us, whether it be music, sports, even movies, actors, like, bro, if you wasn't there, if you didn't live through it, it's hard to be like, nah, they weren't the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just had to be there.
The last thing that I'll say, and it goes right back to the thing that I said, sometimes it's not even about music. And this has music playing into it, but what I'm saying isn't necessarily around music being better than the other, but this is how I still know Mike was the bigger one. Cari, this nigga would show his face at the concert and motherfuckers would die.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
I don't think y'all are hearing what I'm saying.
You're so crazy.
Yeah, I'm crazy. Y'all are not. You're crazy.
Because you could have said passed out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anything.
They didn't though, Cari. They did that too. Yeah, listenership, viewership. Which cameras?
Hear me out.
This nigga would come out to perform his show, and before he opened his mouth, Cari, before he opened his mouth, niggas died. Are y'all hearing me? And the thing is, some of y'all have heard me say this twice. I just said it twice in the last 60 seconds, and y'all think I'm joking. I'm gonna say it one more time, Cari, and we're gonna move on.
Okay.
He came out for his performances, bells clanking and shit off his jacket.
Right.
This nigga would whip his hair back, Cari, and niggas would die.
Or take his sunglasses
He
off.
would take his sunglasses off.
Yeah.
And niggas would have their funeral next Saturday. Like,
That's crazy.
Bro. Niggas be on cots getting carried out of this bitch, never to be seen again. Like, are you kidding?
Yeah. Just in case if you didn't know what die meant.
Yeah. Like,
Let me explain.
heart
one more time.
stop. Yeah, niggas telling me about Drake. I've never seen a nigga die at a Drake concert. The only person y'all can compare to him is Travis Scott.
It's a completely different way of unfortunately going.
Nah, but Travis, that nigga, like, you know how good you got to be to
Come on, bro.
just suck the life out of the building. He sucked the air out of the building.
Hey. All right.
Now imagine
No.
you at the concert.
No. I don't want to imagine that.
Man, like,
all.
do you know how tough it must have been to try? You're out of breath trying to run past 100,000. You're already out of breath standing there.
Yeah.
You have to run with no air and get past 100,000.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, he the GOAT.
All right.
He's the fucking GOAT. Sorry, guys. Let's move forward. You done with Drake?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, let's talk Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. We know for quite some time, since the Bully release, he has been actively searching for places to take this Bully album on tour. We saw him in Albania. I saw this nigga in a couple of different countries that I can't even pronounce. This nigga was in like Uzbekistan. The thing is, like, he's out in these random places drawing some of the biggest crowds you've ever seen in your entire life. Over the past weekend, he did a live stream, I believe on Saturday evening, in Turkey. And it drew the highest ticketed concert in event history, Cari. I believe he had a ticketed or like show up to the event 110,000. I think this is in the world. I don't even think this is in Turkey. I think he had the largest ticketed event ever for a concert.
Yeah.
Same scheme, world, like he's standing on top of the world doing the Bully performance. Got another 40-50 set performance, and he's doing a really good job. Now, the thing that I'll say is I have the same argument that I had before. I do eventually think he gets opened up to do more dates here in the U.S., but I don't know if this structure changes, because if he gets cleared to do as many shows as he wants to do here in the country, doing 40 to 50 tracks each show is fucking crazy.
Yeah, he'll probably come down on the track list for sure if it opens up for him. I don't think you could do that. That's more like one night only type shit.
Yeah.
Or 2 nights only type things. But
He's been doing it everywhere he's at.
yeah, it kind of goes back to what we talked about earlier with FIFA and just how much these international crowds are attached to the game. But just speaking on international crowds and international venues and international events, like I'm not surprised that Kanye went over there and did that number because again, like our vision sometimes is so skewed here in the States. Again, we think everything is better here in XYZ, right? We think we got the most people, all that. But now you go across the waters and it's like, yo.
You realize you're small.
You were so small compared to this entire world. You know what I mean? So
Americans are very big-headed, thinking that our country is the whole world.
Bro, and it's like, nigga, it's so much shit that's out there.
It's not always, and I'm not trying to be like blind or like a victim or play the victim card, but I'll say it's not always us. I feel like whether it be schooling, the military, we were raised to believe that the United States of America is the greatest and best place you will ever step your feet on.
Yeah, and I have no issues with that, right? And again, like I'm all for that because, I mean, I would much rather live where I live compared to some of these other places.
Fuck yeah.
Right? So definitely, I think we were almost programmed, like you mentioned, to think that way, and it's fine. But as you get older and we start thinking for ourselves, I start to just realize, like, nah, like this world is way bigger.
It's bigger.
The United States of America. But back to Kanye again, like it's fire that he can go over there and do these shows, break these records, and hopefully he gets to come back in the States and you know, finish the tour with Bully or whatever he ends up doing. But last thing, like you said, I agree. If he does get the privilege to come over here and do a tour in the States, whether it be 40, 50 cities or whatever, there's no way that you can do 40, 50 songs a night. So he is going to have to come down on that track list, maybe only do, you know, certain tracks from Bully, give us, you know, some tracks from the previous albums. Because again, we talked about this before, Kanye's in his 40s, approaching his 50s. Like, how much longer can you do this, or how much longer are you willing to do this? I know Kanye's somebody who probably will never give up on his music shit, but just from a health standpoint, you know, your body, like tours and concerts and performing that long takes a lot out of you, bro.
It does.
So like, how much longer is he going to do this, and how much of a fight are you truly willing to put up for trying to get the states to fall back in love with you, trying to get these venues to fall back in love with you and allow you to do this? You could burn out. You know what I mean? Like, what if this shit takes years for Kanye to get back to where he was, and it's like, at that point, does he even want it? Does he even do it anymore? You know what I mean? Those are just questions that I have in my head. But all in all, like, I hope he wins. You know, I'm excited for the guy. The album I liked. So I'm happy that he's still being able to do some type of tour or performance for the album Bully.
And to comment on something you said, I think Kanye picked a really, I mean, and I don't think he was thinking about it like this, but I think Kanye picked an extremely poor time to do the whole Jewish comment thing that takes his career off the rails, because he is Kanye West, but at the same time, he hasn't been able to rebuild his career as quickly as he thought he was going to be able to after trying to make amends, meeting with rabbis, making apologies, taking out articles in Wall Street Journal. I think he thought he was going to be able to quickly recover and repair his career back to where it was before, and it's taking a lot more time than he thought it would. And on top of that, I think he's seeing that there are some people, and not all people, because a lot of people are treating him just like Kanye. Then it's like, oh, it's Kanye, open your arms back up because he's a dollar sign. I think he's finally seeing that there are some people that we're going to give you a hard no, and it's a hard no forever. Like, at this point, it used to be everybody else was joining back on team, and we had to join back just so we didn't look like the one guy that didn't stand back on Kanye's side. Then he flips us the fucking bird when we finally need him.
Right.
Now, not only do we not need him, there's other people that are saying we don't need you too. So we're willing to say fuck you forever. You're moving into your 50s though. And you're moving into that 1 to 2 album each decade, maybe, type of era that begs the question, yes, do I even do this anymore? Like, is it worth it anymore? Like, am I still trying to get back there? Like, his next album, he's going to be a 50-plus-year-old man when it releases. And we're probably not even going to be expecting him to tour this album around the country, not at the level that he's doing it now. You're lucky you're getting 40 to 50 set albums now from a 49-year-old. That's crazy. So yeah, I have finally gotten to the point that I think Kanye's career is irreparable. I think that there are parts that he'll be able to get back, but like the fun things that you enjoyed out of Kanye outside of the music, you'll never see again. Like you'll never see him with Steve Harvey on Family Feud ever again, or sitting down with Jimmy Kimmel ever again, or like none of those, or doing a TV appearance ever again.
Yeah,
that Kanye, it'll never happen. It's gone.
Yeah.
And yeah, do you spend your 50s trying to get that back, or does Kanye rest quietly in the rap shadows?
I hope it's the latter. I'm not gonna lie. Although I love the guy, you do get to the point where it's just like, yes, we enjoy the music when the music comes, right? But it's like the music ain't as, what's the word?
He's not competing anymore.
Yeah, like you're just dropping music.
You're dropping.
You know what I'm saying? So like we love you.
We appreciate.
Right? We play it, right? But like, yeah, like Kanye albums used to do something for me. And like they're not, since Donna did something for me, I'm not gonna lie. But like they're just not moving me as much as they were before. And if I go back to the early catalog, I'm just not being moved, you know? So it gets to the point, one, you're 50, right?
And that plays a lot into it.
How much longer do I want to hear 55, 60-year-old artists? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was going to say.
And then secondly, like for me, again, like just personally, like, you know, if it's 1 year out of every 5 or 10 years that the album is pulling on my strings, I'm like, you know, like, is it worth it? Kind of going back to what we just said about the tour itself. So that's just kind of where I'm at. But go ahead.
And the thing is, Kanye is a much different artist than, say, a Jay-Z. Jay-Z does a lot more conscious talking about his life and what's been going on.
Yeah.
So when he releases, I'm not mad at hearing that, because it's really just more of an update of what's been going on in this quiet person's lifestyle. Whereas Kanye West lives his life externally, yeah, in front of the entire world. And on top of that, he's a totally different type of rapper than Jay-Z, especially into the 2010s. Kanye has put so much emphasis on his music or releases trying to push the next generation or culture of music forward. And when we talk Donda, when we talk Vultures, even though I think Donda was amazing, when we talk Donda, when we talk Vultures, when we talk Bully, I think he and his music is no longer pushing that next sound or generation or rapper forward. Like the last 3 albums haven't created any babies, you know? There's some Life of Pablo rap you hear out there. There's so much Yeezus that you hear out there. There's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and 808s all over the game right now. The biggest rapper in the game right now is 808s and Heartbreak. That's where he came from. But I just think it's going to be really hard to get people back on board, and especially get brands back on board when you're not doing what you were best at anymore. The beats will be fire forever. You can always make beats, but
you can't lose that.
Even at that, you're not making beats anymore that press the culture forward, like Yeezus.
Yeah, because the beats are only for you. You know, Kanye was making everybody's albums at a certain point, but now, like, who even wants your beats? And not because they're not great, but it just goes back to what you said. Who wants to stand next to Kanye West? And
on top of that, I think we haven't seen it for multiple reasons. What you said, and I also think there's something in there. That whole blackball thing, he'll never EP another project for UMG. And that sucks, because every rapper's on UMG. You'll never see Kanye West executive produce another album from UMG. Especially not Def Jam. Fuck no.
Yeah, that they ruined that.
And yeah, I said something like that on Twitter. I was like, man, you know how much bigger Kanye would be if he opened himself back up for features. But it's not even him opening back up for features.
Yeah.
UMG is not putting anything out with Ye on it.
That's what I'm saying. And that goes back to what you said about the damage that he did. Obviously, it's hard to think so big picture that you know everything that's coming. But in that moment, he wasn't thinking about anything but himself. And then even with the apologies, the rabbi meetings, all of that, he truly thought that, oh, this worked for me before. It's gonna work the exact same way this time around.
I'm a dollar sign. They'll always come back to the dollar.
And brother, you may have crossed the line too far this time.
There's more money out here nowadays.
Yeah.
There's more money.
Yeah, so
he was used to being the Drake of the rap industry.
Right.
And I mean, I can make his Drake could do it. If Drake wanted to do the shit Kanye was doing, he could technically do it and still be a walking fucking dollar just like Kanye was. You're not that neat. And we have a Drake now. There's other dollars being pulled in now. Mm-hmm. We can find somebody else
with bigger crowds. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he can go overseas and do, break the records, which again is fire. But like, I mean, Drake can come over here and pull the 50, 60,000, 70, 80,000. Tyler can pull the 50, 60, 70, 80,000. Kendrick, like all these names that you don't necessarily have to.
We'll make up for it.
Yeah, we don't have to die on the hill and be worried about what he may do. No, we can just take the safer route and take this guy and know that they're going to draw the same numbers that you would have drew anyways.
And when you talk like an Adidas, it's like you ran us up 10 billion already. So like, you can go. You can go.
And we still eating.
Yeah, we're about to reposition the company when you leave anyway.
We still eating. Yeah, so it's tough for that guy, but I mean, he did it himself. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no, I mean, in those situations, I don't think anybody's ever said that there's anybody to blame besides Kanye.
Fuck no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. All in all, though.
Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Let's go ahead and move forward. We got a couple of news topics to talk. Right. You want to flip-flop those real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. We're already in Kanye West. Let's talk Jay-Z. Okay. Because the Roots picnic was over this past week. And I did see some highlights from the Roots picnic. It looked like an incredible time at that fucking Roots picnic.
Man, everything that I saw.
Incredible. It looked like an incredible time.
Day 1 and day 2, right?
They went back to Philly. Like it was at home where the Roots do the Roots picnic originally.
Yes, bro.
There was a slew of great artists there. Not only the ones that were lined up for the event, but the ones Jay-Z brought out himself. Wow. Like if there was a year to be at the Roots picnic and the Roots picnic felt like the old Roots picnic, this one. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
No, I was just gonna say you brought this guy up earlier, Beans, but nigga, he brought Beans.
Beans came out. Beanie Siegel,
like that by itself. You know what I mean? It's just great.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Questlove obviously on the drums always, but yeah, seeing that was one. I know there's so many more that we can probably go back and name, but seeing Jay and Beans on the stage rapping together in Philly at the Roots picnic, I thought was an incredible moment for hip hop, bro.
Absolutely. But what I will say, though, the most important thing that we're here to talk about, Jay-Z performed, of course. And we talked about how he was slated to perform this. And sometime between this month and next month, he's got his double back on Yankee Stadium. Is that this month?
It's July.
Okay,
I think the 3rd and the 4th.
Yeah. But outside of the actual tracks, I think he delivered this freestyle before he even started his set.
Really? Let me see if I can find his set list.
At the end of it, he said, like, and we ain't even started yet. And then he dropped the beat and started a track.
He's a madman if that's what he
I
did.
believe he came out that way, guys.
Wow.
But Jay-Z dropped a freestyle. And in candid moments, he's good for dropping one of these. I can't remember the last time he was on stage doing it, but he's got one of Jay-Z's favorite, or one of my favorite Jay-Z freestyles comes from him on stage. I can't remember what this ain't back in the days, right? Like, man, I can't think about it. But did you get more information on if this was?
Yeah, I got it. It was a second he came in with.
So basically, yeah, he hopped out the gate with this.
Yeah. I'll send it though, if you want to pull it up.
And inside of this freestyle, it was layered and tucked and just filled with diss records or diss shots at other artists.
Yeah.
Do you want to go down this list that I sent?
Okay.
I sent a list.
If you want to do all of them or just the high notes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through these and see which ones look good.
All right.
Let's start with number one because I don't know if anybody caught in Janice Shut the Fuck Up. Drake said, "We know how you OGs are rocking already. The jig is up, but the jig is up is supposed to run together like Jigga. We know how you OGs are rocking already. The jig is up." So there was a bar during the freestyle that Jay-Z handed out that said, "The jig is up, nigga, I'm up 10. Wrong chart, champ. Niggas looked up to Hove. I never looked up to them." I'm glad we actually started with this one, Corey, because this right here was what I meant when I said this weekend taught me that Drake is bigger than I thought he was.
Okay.
This weekend, Jay-Z broke one of the biggest rules he could have ever broken. And that showed me something. Jay-Z taught us, himself taught us, you never respond to the beef of someone that's not on your level or lower than you. And there's never really been anyone in today's rap game outside of Kanye West, which is from last generation's rap game, technically, that's ever been able to pick and poke or peck and get a rise out of Hove. And although there's stuff in here to be talked about, wrong chart, because, of course, these record-breaking albums and singles, one of those, he topped the Jay-Z record. And he sits above him now. So he's saying wrong chart. Basically, in my eyes, Jay-Z's still up, like Forbes list type shit. Is that what he's talking?
I think so.
Okay. But I was saying to my tip earlier, is Jay-Z more threatened by Drake than we think he is?
I don't think so.
I feel like it's on some like you don't mention the guys below. Like I feel like he wouldn't even got the shot at Drake.
Nah, I mean Drake is the biggest name smoking right now. So if there's anybody to draw somebody like Jay-Z out, it would be Drake. So I don't necessarily look at it as like it's a leveling type of thing, like he's higher or below. I think Jay had a lot of shit to get off his chest with a lot of people.
That is true.
Drake just got added to this because of what he just said recently and all of the conversations that have necessarily been happening about the Super Bowl and all of that, right? So I think it's more of that. I don't think you're wrong in what you're thinking, but I've heard Jay rap and mention niggas at a lower level than him before, you know, whether it be a freestyle, a shot, or a subliminal. Like he's done this before. So I don't necessarily think it's just Drake pulling him out of the house or whatever. But I get what you're saying though. But that's just my opinion on it. I didn't look at this like, oh, Drake's the only one that can get Jay-Z to talk. Like if Jay-Z want to talk about whoever it is, he gonna talk about whoever it is, in my opinion.
You think this freestyle comes out at the Roots picnic if Drake didn't talk about him on Iceman?
The Drake part, no.
Okay.
No. Okay. Because he wouldn't have had anything to say about him. You know, why mention Drake if he don't mention you first? So, no, I think that song is the direct response to Jay having to say what he has to say about Drake. He just told you in the interview he just did with New York Times, I think, maybe like a month or two ago.
And I'm fucking Hove?
Yeah, and it was like, why would I even entertain a conversation about me hating Drake or having an issue with Drake? Boom, Drake says something about me. I'm going to respond. You know, that's how I see it. But I don't know.
You don't think there was a bit of flamboyant bravado when he was saying that? Bravado.
Which one? Drake or Jay?
Jay-Z. Like in saying like the I'm fucking Hove. And by bravado, I mean like cape on, but I do feel some type of way for real.
I mean, I do think that these guys have not been on the best relationships since CLB, right? I think that's the last time they did a track together.
Love all or love, yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, I think there has been some inner workings or some issues and some shots or at least some knowing that, okay, maybe there's something here. And then you get the Super Bowl, right, which takes it to a whole nother level.
It did.
So I think at that point, yes, Jay obviously knew that Drake felt something. and maybe he felt something back at Drake as well. I don't know, right? But again, just to the initial question, I don't think Jay would have came out and had anything to say about Drake until Drake said something about him in a song.
Okay. And see, this is the other question that I was asking, and then we'll move on. I'm not saying necessarily my answer is yes, because I haven't had time to think about it. It's just a question that popped up in my head. So Drake, Jay didn't take the Drake diss and package it along with a bunch of other disses just so it wouldn't look like direct Drake shots.
Say it one more time.
I feel like, I'm not saying yes, but in my head, there's a possibility that like Drake wanted to, or Jay wanted to get how he felt about Drake off his chest and got Drake shots and was able to package it with shots to other people so it didn't look like we were just sending Drake shots today.
Maybe. What's the question though? Like, what are you asking? I'm sorry, I'm still kind of missing the question. You're saying like he only packaged it up to diss Drake, but not have the conversation only be around Drake?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Because all of these other people seem very irrelevant to the situation, and Drake just said some shit last week.
Kind of, sort of, but again, all of these things is, when we talked about what Jay would rap about, like this is what I was talking about, like all the shit that people have been saying, and all the things that have been going on in his life the last 10 years. We were like, what would he talk about? I was like, bro, this is what he would talk about. So I don't necessarily think, again, that he said all this shit about XYZ number of people, and then let me start with Drake. This is the one I really care about. This is the one I really want y'all to talk about, but I'm not going to make it seem that way. I don't think that.
Okay.
Yeah, but again, I haven't had enough time with it. I ain't even listened to the whole thing yet.
I haven't listened to the whole thing yet either.
So yeah, I'm not sure.
Let's go to the next big line in there though.
All right.
They say this one was aimed towards Tory Lanez and his father. The rock's not crumbling. Leprechauns have run out of pranks. Your son in federal jail mumbling something about having too much in his drink. Aimed at Tory Lanez and his father, the having too much to drink reference ties Tory's claim that alcohol played a role in Megan Thee Stallion's shooting. I still don't believe Jay-Z about this one. I don't believe him. I see, but this is one of the ones I was saying like, yo, this one doesn't matter. Who gives a fuck about Tory Lanez and his dad?
That one's whatever. Yeah, for sure.
Don't care about this. Let me see if there's some more big ones. Let me go to this next page. That Chatty Patty down on his luck again. Dame Dash?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That one, although doesn't really matter, but matters at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because Dame can't keep Jay's name out of his mouth, regardless of what the conversations are about. Like, he's doing his best to tarnish Jay. And, Jay's been above him for so long, I don't think that'll ever work. But Dame Dash is going to fight that battle until the day that he dies.
Dame Dash has Jay-Z in his mouth more than his own teeth.
Yeah, so that's another one where it's just like, I'm just going to say this, but in the grand scheme of things, really means nothing to Jay-Z.
Everybody think they the one insane. Maniac. Watch how sane they act in my presence. Niggas shrink.
Now, this one was almost as big as the Drake one.
Who are you talking about?
Come on, man. Stop playing.
Who are you talking about like that, man? He can't just say that, right?
Come on now. You know who you talking about.
That one was for the one and only Kanye West, Cari.
Yep.
And this is the one. This matters. This matters to me because this one gives me more inside information than anything, even the Drake diss. Because there's nobody inside this industry that knows Kanye West like Jay-Z. There's nobody, Cari. Nobody.
Yep.
If Jay-Z tell me you acting fake crazy, he was never crazy.
Is that true though?
See, but this is the thing. Like, the thing that I battle is Jay-Z is also a part of the machine.
So that's what I'm saying.
So like,
how true?
So if he was crazy, or if he was actually going through something, and the machines, ideal is to make it look like he's going crazy, Jay-Z's never going to say that he was going crazy, even if that was his quote unquote little brother.
I agree. This is my opinion. I do think Kanye had true real life maniac episodes, right? That's my opinion, right? If you agree, disagree, fuck you, I don't care. But I will say, I think more so what Jay is saying here is like, there are also moments where he maybe used that as a leverage point to get him whatever he was trying to get in the moment. That's just how I took it. Whether he's fully crazy or not, I'm not going to argue with that. I think that's up to Kanye West to maybe come out and say one day. But that's how I took that bar, though.
The way I took it was almost the same as you, just a bit different, which as you may have actually been going through or go through things, but I know you enough to know when you're actually going through something and you're not. And when you said that shit about my kids, you weren't. You just said that shit to be fucking you.
Yeah.
Like that's what that said to me. Like, nigga, don't fucking play around here, nigga.
Yeah, brother. You hit it.
Like,
you hit it.
You crazy, but when you said that shit, that wasn't, I know you, and that didn't have shit to do with your disability. That's what that sounded like to me.
Yep. And it answers that question that you and I talked about on these microphones.
Never again.
It's over.
Fuck that nigga.
And remember, we talked about, like, even if there's still love for, you know, your brother, your woman.
Beyonce ain't having that shit, never. And imagine that, like, she holding the baby as you grabbing your bag, about to walk out. I'm like, hey, me and Ye you about to go hang out with these niggas that caught these babies of yours.
Right.
Now I gotta take my bag off and be like, you know what? Fuck that nigga, baby.
Yeah. So
yeah, like, and for your wife who at that point has become like your world, you have to stand on your toes.
Yeah, man, for sure. As a man, as a husband.
But what
you're supposed to do.
What I'll say is, in this conversation that we're having, we're making it sound like a heartfelt, difficult choice for him. That was not hard for Jay-Z.
What? I think that one, he been waiting to get off his chest for a while.
Maybe the first couple of manic episodes or allegedly manic episodes that came from Kanye, Beyonce was probably concerned or scared, and he having to calm B down.
Yeah.
At this point, like, I can't do this.
Yeah, and I thought there was more to that line or another part where he actually talks about, like, the children. I thought, but maybe I missed that.
I do think there was something in there, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's not on the list.
Yeah, it's not on the list of what we're seeing.
So maybe we'll come back and say that another time.
I swear to God, though, I thought I heard something about the kids.
Me too.
Either right before or right after these bars type shit.
Me too.
Yeah, and there's one thing that I thought it was somewhere tied to, which was it's gonna cost you a B to say my name. But
so that is another line. But again, like, the list that we're looking at currently, guys, is just like a number list. It's not in order, right?
Yeah, so just some shots.
Right. So we don't know what goes with what, just for context. So all of these things that we're saying could be, you know, right after each other, before each other, could all be connected, but we're just not sure from the list that we're looking at.
Okay, and he even references the nigga he stabbed in that nightclub once.
Yeah. Which for a lot of people, I think this is not the first time that he's like really
admitted
confirmed it. Yeah, but for a lot of people, this was their first like confirmation of it. But that shit happened in like 99.
I was like, how did y'all not know this? This happened before this century.
Yeah, so yeah. It's a lot of, look, okay. I said this earlier about like this generation talking about the Spotify numbers, but even like the so-called blogs and even the so-called hip-hop heads, journalists, whatever you want to call them, a lot of people ain't hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't listen to hip-hop music, but got an opinion on hip-hop. So I think that's just one of those where it's just like, oh, y'all ain't heard Jay-Z's music before. You know what I mean? Like, he's been said something about that. So that one again was nothing for me. I kind of brushed that one off.
Yeah, no, I knew about that one already. Like, y'all might need the Jay-Z documentary to come out for y'all to finally find out about this shit.
All right, to know how, like, this nigga, what did you say? This nigga song? I think one of the things you love saying. So crack to like his brothers. I forget. It's
bro,
like, it's like a lot. It's something
this
that
nigga,
you love saying.
This nigga shot his brother and sold crack to the woman who birthed him. and you niggas think he won't kill you. Like, the nigga has a song like, I got a beer too, and I know where the fuck you live. Take that serious, nigga.
Yeah.
This nigga shot his brother.
I found the shit that we talking about, though. So, going back to the list, 8 and 9.
Okay.
9 is first, and then he says 8.
Okay, let me find this.
Yeah. I got it here if you want to just read it, but the last one. So you see how number 9.
You ever heard of Wonderkin? My children are some of them. Have you niggas have no shame? You really want to get under my skin? I'll really get under your skin. Ask. He's okay.
So that's why, yeah, we were correct. That whole Kanye part, there's way more to it. Y'all thugs with y'all thumb again. Everybody thinks they're the ones that's saying you're no maniac. Watch how saying niggas act. Watch how saying he act in my presence. Niggas shrink. So yeah.
And that part I believe too. That part, like, as much as I love Kanye West, I know that Kanye West will not stand on that shit he said about Jay-Z in front of Jay-Z.
Nah.
He will fucking get small.
That was all Twitter fingers, bro.
I've heard Cameron talk about how Kanye gets small in front of him.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, why are you talking like that? Like, I saw him talking about one time he came in with like, and Kanye was hanging with some white guy, and like the nigga code switch right there. He was like, "What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing, Kanye?"
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, I can't defend Kanye in that instance. I couldn't defend anybody that said no shit like that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
What does he mean by their wonder kids, though?
You ever heard of Wonder Kin? My children are some of them. Maybe that's something before our time. What's Wonder Kin? We about to show our age.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Wonderkin refers to a child prodigy or anyone who achieves tremendous. Well, why would he say that if they were? All right. That'll stop there. Let's move on.
All right.
The DJ Screw mixtapes, Cari, are set to hit streaming DSPs. Is that this month?
Yeah, let me actually get back to it. I have the official announcement, but it started this past Friday, which is what, the 29th? Yeah, May 29th. So that one's already out. They released the originals, Volume 1. This is, one of the original mixtapes, again, by the late hip-hop pioneer. They're calling him DJ Screw. And for the rest of this month of June, they're basically going to be releasing all of his projects on streaming platforms. If you know his history, all of his catalog, his music has only been previously available through like old cassette tapes that a lot of people, either have or don't, and then like unofficial YouTube releases. So now all of his music, all of his tapes are going to be officially on all of the DSPs. And like I said, they're going to be releasing them weekly for the entire month of June.
And I don't know if y'all are aware, or maybe this is just because we're from Texas. DJ Screw passed away in the year 2000. And I want y'all to think about like Metro booming now. That's what Screw had going on like in Texas in the 90s. Like he was one of the most notable hip hop DJs in the industry, which is why 26 to 27 years later, his name is still ringing the way that it is, and that it's even highly anticipated or drawn that his releases come to the DSPs. This is needed.
Yeah.
It's been so long that it's almost like DJ Screw is this underground name, and of course, it is technically an underground sound, but that name was not underground in Texas in the 90s or in the 2000s. But in the late 2000s to 2010s, even on the 20s, it's kind of like the name has started to bury a little bit, and I'm glad these are coming out because DJ Screw's name should not be fucking buried.
I don't think I have anything else to add to that one, brother. I love this. Pretty much just like what you said about it being available, not only for the homage and the history for Texas, but I think for the entire world and for the entire genre of hip-hop rap music. This is somebody who I started with calling him a pioneer. Unfortunately, his life was cut short. He didn't get to see a lot of the flowers that he would have gotten. But you fast forward, like you said, 20 plus years later, he's now about to get those flowers that have been long overdue.
DJ Screw's name should be talked about and looked at the way Dilla's is.
Wow. Hell yeah.
Like seriously, and if you want to really do that, DJ Screw has more work under the belt.
Yeah. That people just ain't been able to hear.
Yeah.
Again, all his shit is really, like they said here in this article we're reading, are all on like cassette rips and may have not have been finished completely in XYZ, right? So yeah, a lot of the things that you probably have heard are underground rips, like you said, although we know, being from Texas, that the sound was much bigger than that. And then a lot of shit is just on YouTube unofficially. You know what I mean? So you don't even know if what you're listening to is the real like final demo or whatever it may have been for DJ Screw at the time. But damn, you just hit me though. I never really thought about that. I was trying to think of somebody to compare him to. You had mentioned
Dilla.
Metro as well. I understand that. But wow, Dilla and Screw. Like,
That's so accurate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the way that Dilla should be. I mean, that's the way that DJ Screw should be looked at, especially the entire sound that he came and created
and introduced, bro. Like, yeah,
it's in his name.
Yeah, man. Facts. People are making a living currently in our time off of the shit that DJ Screw pioneered, y'all.
Yep.
You know,
way too soon before his time he was going.
Wow.
So, yeah. Shout out DJ Screw, and it's actually amazing that those things are hitting the DSPs again.
Yep.
We got one more thing to talk, and that was something we kind of touched on at the beginning, Cari. It's time for the NBA Finals.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
This Wednesday, game 1.
Yeah, it's crazy. We got to talk Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals.
Absolutely.
Why did I say Golden State? OKC. I always think of those 3 letters. OKC versus San Antonio Spurs. Game 7 coming off of a win by San Antonio. They had to win it to stay in it. And we get to Game 7. And this was a close one. But
yeah.
The Spurs, they put on another show.
Yeah, so we started in the intro. You said that the game ended and finished not like how you thought. We also talked about how, you know, this was probably the second best game in the series compared to game 1. But tell me just your thoughts on the game and, you know, how you felt about it overall, I guess, when you were watching it on Saturday night.
I think this was one of those, not necessarily like a dog eat dog game, and it was towards the end, but I think San Antonio played a solid game, while there were players from OKC that didn't perform as well as they should have. They didn't pick up the slack the way they should have. And in the one game that it mattered the most, it showed off. Like, Chet had like 4 fucking points or 5. How many points did he have?
4.
Yeah.
1 for 2.
Yeah, like I mean, you're just getting dominated, completely dominated. And the players that you have that need to score 15 plus are putting up fucking 4 points. Yeah. I think there was a point in there where they said that, I forgot who it was, hadn't led in like 6 games. Who was it? They were like, this is the first lead they've had in 6 games.
6 quarters.
Oh, 6 quarters. Yeah, you're right. 6 quarters. My bad. I didn't mean to say it like that. Was that OKC or was that the Spurs? Yeah,
OKC.
Nigga, that means y'all haven't been up in 3 games.
That's because, you know, game 6 was a blowout.
Yep, didn't lead.
So they never led. And then they didn't get a lead until second quarter or third quarter, maybe the end of the second, but definitely after halftime, I think they finally got the lead. So that's what they meant by that, like 6 quarters or whatever. So, yeah.
That's nasty. Just a tough game. They fought as hard as they could, or maybe not as hard as they could, but they fought as much as they could to stay in it. They couldn't beat San Antonio at the end of that.
Yeah, I think it was just kind of what you said, like a combination of obviously Shea. Okay, look, this is what I'm gonna start with. Going into this series, I told y'all, you know, how I can never root for Oklahoma XYZ, right? Shea, I respect his game, but he's never been, you know, one of my favorite players, XYZ. This game 7, though, I gained so much respect for Shea because the nigga died on his shield. You know what I mean? He gave it all he got. You mentioned they had some injuries, but the people that were playing didn't live up, didn't rise to the occasion. Shea went out there and gave it all that he had to give. So I respect him for that game 7, nigga. you should be gassed, right? By the
He's a great player.
game.
Yeah, he's great.
And he's great. So I grew an entire different respect for Shea in that game. But I honestly, and this is just me, I knew from the first play, I want to say, but definitely from the first quarter, that San Antonio was just ready. You know what I mean? Wemby on the first shot, bro. Bank shot, turnaround jumper off the glass like Tim Duncan. I was like, ooh. I was like, ooh. I think they ready, man. And I think they just showed it. You know, they were leading for pretty much the whole game. And by the end of the game, their energy, San Antonio's energy, was just too much for OKC to handle. Shea, again, was giving all he got, but some of his teammates didn't live up to the hype. Chet.
Folded like a bitch he is.
Leo got on my ass. I should have used a different word, but I was saying, like, he tarnished his legacy. I know he don't have much of a legacy.
What legacy?
Right, I know what he meant. I know he don't have much of a legacy, right? He only been in the league, 2-3 years? But what I'm saying is, like, this is something that's going to follow and hurt his career forever. Like, I don't think he ever recovers from this moment, because when your back was against the wall, when you had your moment to go at your arch nemesis, you folded.
You pissed down your leg.
You know? So, like, I don't know if he ever gets that moment again. And that's what I meant by that. So it was disappointing for them in that aspect. But I truly think in Game 7, I don't think San Antonio, you can say, was the better team going into the series. But in Game 7, they were the better team, and it showed, and that's why they won, and that's why they're going to the NBA Finals. But it was a great watch. It wasn't an all-timer like we mentioned, but it was definitely a game. Would it be in Game 7? Like, you're going to be glued to the TV, but I think they played in a way that kept me engaged. I was hyped watching that game. Not gonna lie, I feel like it was great basketball being played on both sides.
And as see, my family had a conversation about this too. I was about to move on, and then I realized how big of a conversation it was, not only online but in our message. Wemby crying was a big thing online.
Yeah, saw that.
That's like,
I have no problem with that.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is another thing. I'm glad you said that as well, because I forgot. I talked about the respect that I gained for Shea. Same thing with Wemby, right? Like, whatever. If y'all don't want to see the nigga cry, have emotion, whatever. But, like, for a nigga like me, like, he approached the game the way that we love, the way Kobe and all these other greats approach the game, where, like, it really means something to them. These niggas take their training serious. They understand how these moments don't come around often. And, like, he truly want to win. So, yeah, he was overcome with emotion. You don't want to see the nigga cry, X, Y, Z, whatever. But I just like Wemby's passion.
Okay.
That's all I would say. I had no problem with him showing the emotion. Although people want to say the job ain't done, I get it. But, like, nigga, this their first time. They wasn't supposed to be here. They young. I think if he gets back to this moment again, he ain't gonna cry. You know what I mean? But, like, that's just my opinion. So I had no problem with that. How you feel though? I feel like your opinion is different. So tell me.
No. I feel the way you do, and I don't have a problem with him crying. Because you're supposed to be passionate about the game.
Yeah.
I just don't want things to not go well in the NBA Finals and they trash him for crying. Like, and then they remember and they keep bringing it up. Like, look at this nigga crying before the job was done. Now, I do second the wait for the job to be finished, for the big celebration, this, that, and the third. And I'm not mad of it. I don't want them to trash Wemby if they don't go win and all they start to meme and bring up is him crying at the Western Conference Finals championship,
right,
with no trophy in his hand.
You're right. You're correct, and I understand the sentiment there for.
So I'm not tripping off him crying.
Yeah, but I want to let you know, like, they gonna do that regardless. Right? You should just know that in the area that we didn't came up on.
But it's a lot harder to when you have an NBA championship and being that he's the star over there, having NBA MVP sitting next to that shit too. Of course.
So again, you're not wrong. I understand what you're saying, but that's gonna happen regardless. Like you're saying, I hope they don't do it. It's gonna happen.
If
he loses,
if he loses,
right?
Yes.
If he loses,
okay.
Right.
Yes. Yes. And even if he won, you're still gonna see pictures like that. But I'm saying it's a lot harder to combat with a trophy and MVP sitting next to that shit.
I just feel like we don't, as a society, we don't know what we want. Like if that nigga, like, cause even Brunson, like I see people complaining how Brunson is acting like it's nothing. He not celebrating with the team.
Then you call him Jokic.
And people like, damn, he's a party pooper. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
yeah, I know.
I feel like we don't know what we want, but like with Wemby, like again for me, the way that nigga approaches the game, like bro, this is life or death for Wemby. You know what I mean? So like that's how. I'm sorry, I didn't hit the mic, but that's why I like love his passion.
And also, I'm sorry, I feel like we also live in an era where even with Shea, like I feel like you get minimal emotion out of these niggas that you see are the best.
Right.
Like, and I fuck with Shea, but Shea is very young and cool. Mm-hmm. So like he's still stuck in being cool before being anything else, which I fuck with because we was doing the same shit.
Right.
Jokic is just dead-faced about this shit. But no, I like what you said about Wemby. Like, you're going to see the emotion on his face. When he's happy, you're going to see this nigga cheese with his teeth. Like he's very, you can tell he loves this fucking game. Like, from sad to angry to excited to tears of joy. Yeah, I do fuck with that because we live in an era where the best players on the court act like they don't give a damn about this game.
Yep, and this is my last part as well, but I agree with what you just ended with. I don't know if it's necessarily strictly always on the players. I think probably like 90% it is the player and whoever that player may be, but a lot of it also goes back to the PR training that these players get today. They almost make it that way where they want you to say the perfect thing every time because of how easy and how fast people, twist your words. So like they're almost programmed and trained to not even show their feelings. So going back to Wemby or whoever it may be, I know we're talking about Wemby here. That's another reason why I appreciate Wemby not necessarily answering the questions the way that you expect him to answer. He'd be honest and tell you like, nah, like I was mad. I was jealous. They were better, like whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Most of the time niggas get up there and whether it's Shay or anybody, they just cool. It's nothing. Like, nah, nigga.
Shut up. Like, bro, chill,
like,
bro.
Be for real. Tell us how you feel. But I know in this day and age, it ain't necessarily always the best thing to do because one wrong step, one wrong word,
cancel.
One wrong move, it'll ruin your whole career.
Yeah, and on a totally different tip, Jokic, he'll win. They'll put the mic in his face. He'll be like, "Oh, my back hurts. I want to go home." Like,
he'd be like, "I'm so glad this game is over with." Like, nigga, you just won the NBA Finals. Like
what the fuck?
Like, bro, you're a legend forever. And you could care less, you know.
My back hurts. Like, my back hurt. Like, God damn. All right,
facts, bro.
Oh man, I don't have too much more on it.
I'm good.
I think that ends episode 422. We'll see you guys back on Thursday for the next episode. I'm Roderick.
I'm Cari.
All right, man, we out.